we are good to go.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody, to the very first live session of Mid-Level Crisis. Joining me today is Ryan,
Hi, hello.
Eddie Weber,
Hi.
Serena Morin,
Hi.
Kyle Elkin,
Hello.
and Dane last name. Rabluski?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
Heck
nailed
yeah.
it. Got in one.
Cool. So we are actual play D&D stream. We'll be playing here every other Sunday at 3 o'clock Pacific time or 6 o'clock Eastern. So you can see our first 3 episodes on YouTube, as well as all of the ones preceding those as well. Real quick shout out to our sponsors, Session Zero, who make really cool shirts like this. Hey, Eddie, what do you think of this shirt?
Oh, I think it's very rad.
Yeah, I sure wish we both wore it.
Man, I'm
Yep.
so glad you're not both wearing it. That's really cool.
So they're a Dungeons and Dragons inspired clothing company. They work with various different artists, ranging in different styles. If you want your art feature, you can reach out to them. There will be a link in the description below. Right now, we have a ongoing discount code for Crisis, all caps, for 10% off your entire order. We also have a huge shout out to the Initiative Order, a Discord community that focuses entirely on member involvement with a handful of game masters. They run monthly games for Dungeons and Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, Monster of the Week, Morkborg, and a lot more. They have a really active community, so you should definitely check that out. Again, we'll have links for all of these below. And last but definitely not least, Band of Badgers. They're a YouTube Twitch group, play a variety of different role-playing games, D&D, Pathfinder, Starfinder, and more. They're constantly featuring new people on there. Ryan himself has been on there. I'll be on there next month. Definitely give them a look, check them out, and I believe that's it. So, last session, we left off with our heroes entering a forest, looking for some clues to a mystery they've been working on. So there's some strange happenings throughout the town with some untimely deaths and some missing people from a voyage to a nearby continent. Currently, the Kadaj, the changeling of the group, has transformed himself into another one of the people that were previously a suspect for some of these strange happenings. He's turned himself into Aura, the co-barkeep, and is now confronting in the forest Alrin, the barkeeper who we think may have something to do with it. They are currently hiding behind the trees. The only person currently confronting Alrin is Kadaj as Aura, and as well accompanied with Alrin are 2 of the young churchgoers that have been previously seen doing the ceremonies for the lost crewmate from the ship. So you guys are currently in the dark forest. Kadaj, you are being confronted by Alrin. The last thing he said to you was, Aura, I thought you were dead, very much implying that he may not know exactly what's going on in the situation, playing a little bit dumb from what you suspect, and the rest of you are hiding in the distance. So what it is that you guys want to do?
I think I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah, probably continue conversation. You'd think in a week or so I would have thought of something else better to say to continue this.
Now that that's done, I can ignore that until it's a problem. So
Yeah, right.
If I can, I would like to try and sneak around, like through the forested area to try and go more behind them.
Sure. So do you want to make a stealth roll?
Sure do.
I
got an 11.
11. Okay, so what is it that you're trying to do? You want to sneak from where you are behind one of the trees to...
Like continuing like through the forested area, like around where they are, to go more behind them.
Okay, so currently you're far enough in the distance that it doesn't sound like more than a rustling. You see the 2 young churchgoers avert their eyes and look off into the distance to where the noise comes from, but quickly ignore it and look back towards the disguised Aura.
Okay. Dead men walking is definitely a priority in most cases.
I have my sword and my shield ready for if anything happens. Because if they already, I'm assuming that if they already killed Aura once, there's probably not going to be anything to stop them from trying it a second time.
It is just an assumption at this point that they are the ones who killed Aura. So that's I'm sure you have all these evidence and clues or whatever, but nothing concrete.
Fine, we still believe it, so.
It's real to me, so it's real out here.
It's real.
So, Rob and Zephyrin, what do you do while Aura is being confronted, or Kadaj is being confronted by Alrin?
I think Zephyrin would just ready her hammer in case things come to violence.
Yeah, same. I'm good, ready to jump them when things go south.
Okay, so. All right, Kadaj. So he looks at you as just repeating the last line he said. He said, "Aura, I thought you were dead."
Yeah. It's real interesting when you wake up at the bottom of a set of stairs in a basement and you look around you and you see a lot of death. And yeah, the past days or so are pretty hazy, but I definitely have some questions.
Oh well, I mean, it's great to hear that you're doing okay. I'm really happy to see that he's looking at you very almost cocky. He knows something's up and he's just kind of beating around the bush. So he's like, yeah, it's glad to hear you're okay. Didn't want anything bad to happen to you.
Of course, I'm sure. How have I missed anything?
Business as usual. All right, so he's very much standing his ground, not wanting to kind of admit his position at all. He knows something's up. He's not entirely sure what. So he's just being as stubborn as ever and not kind of admitting any faults at this point.
You wouldn't happen to know how I ended up down there by any chance, or would you be able to help fill in some of these gaps that I have?
Oh gosh, no. We had just heard through the grapevine that something had happened to you. We didn't know what.
How far away are we? Can we hear him talking?
You can hear him. As long as you're listening for it, yeah, you're about 30 feet away.
All right, I want to do an insight check.
Sure. I don't know how important this is. I'm just going to rip the label off my
Just 6.
carbonated soda beverage. 6?
6.
You're just like, wow, this guy has no idea what's going on. Crazy. Guess we thought wrong. The entire worldview has changed. So he kind of turns to the other, to the young church folk. He's like, maybe you guys should get out of here. It's getting dark. And just kind of ushers them away. They
how many of the people are there? Is it just
it's just the 2 of them in Alrin.
2 of them in Alrin?
Yeah.
How close together are they?
They're kind of standing all within 5 feet of each other. So it's Alrin in the front with the 2 younger kids, let's call them, just kind of standing behind him, very much kind of shocked and shaken. As Alrin kind of ushers them away, they kind of start stammering at first, but start walking towards the towards the town again.
Before they get too far, I cast sleep on the 3 of them.
You cast sleep. Okay.
I'm gonna get my combat music ready,
so
I guess.
I got 28.
All right.
So I believe it's of the 3, starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points. That creature falls unconscious, and then remaining hit points going up until all 3. Does the 3 of them happen to have a total of less than 28 hit points?
Less than
28.
No. Their
That
combined
would
total is Sorry.
I said that would have been convenient.
Oh yeah. No, the combined total is above 28.
So go ahead. Go ahead.
Could you explain one more time, Kyle? Sorry, you were saying.
So starting with the creature that has the lowest hit points, each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious until the spell ends. Sleeper takes damage or someone uses an action to take or slap them awake. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the creature with the next lowest hit point.
Okay.
So it's like a pool, and you just you push it into the enemies, starting with the lowest, going up.
Yeah.
Okay. So the two church folk, they fall unconscious first. So for theirs would be a combined total of less than 28. And then lastly, Alrin. So he wouldn't fall asleep then at that point.
He would not fall asleep. Just be
okay. So he just kind of notices the two behind him collapse, and he just looks back and looks back towards the aura, and is like, "I don't suppose you had anything to do with that." As he kind of puts his hand behind his back.
Really can't say that I did.
For all three.
Sorry?
Can't say that I did.
So he kind of changes his stance up a little bit, and just looks back towards you, waiting for you to make a move at this point.
So I think there's both a little bit that either of us aren't saying right now. So
yeah, he knows you're not Aura, to say the least. You could tell by the look on his face that he does not trust you, and he probably knows that something else happened to Aura, but there's no way of him knowing who you are. So he's just kind of waiting for you to kind of make the first accusation, or you can tell that he's hesitating on purpose.
So I think seeing that, I shift my face to kind of look more like Kadaj.
Okay, so at this point, he'll recognize you from the past 2 days. So he just kind of smirks at you and is like, "A changeling. I should have suspected. That's cute." And then at that point, he reveals his hand from behind his back and tries to drive his dagger into your ribs.
Tight.
So we're going to roll. AC open here. Oh, just on time, Ryan. So 14. Does a 14 hit?
14 ties my AC. Why are my rolls not coming through? This is fun.
Are they coming through roll 20?
No, it's not rolling on D&D Beyond or D20 for me for some reason.
You want to try rolling it exclusively in roll 20 to see if that fixes anything?
Let's just do that, and my initiative is +3, so 18.
Okay. So it's not letting you do any interesting. Okay. So the rest of you, I see you rolling initiative, so you're all getting on board.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. Just taking a look at the order here. So going forward, it is going to go Kadaj, followed by Salazar, Rabute, then it'll go to Alrin, and then Elodius, and then Zephyrin. All right. So, Kadaj, make your move.
Alright, so I am. I think at this point, since I'm already in hand to hand with him, I'm just gonna pull out my dagger and try to, return the same thing that he tried to
All right.
throw at me. Why is this not?
Sure.
Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Please roll it.
Technical difficulties.
Does a dirty 20 hit him?
Dirty 20 definitely hits.
Okay. So that'll be for 4 damage.
Right. All right. So is that your only action?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So now we are moving on to Salazar. You are 30 feet away, hiding behind one of the trees. Your sword and shield were drawn. What is it that you do?
How far away am I?
30 feet.
Yeah, I don't think Salazar hesitates. I think he sees what's his face go to stab him with a dagger and just rushes forward to help and tries to hit him with my longsword.
All right.
And I don't think that's gonna do it. 9.
9. No, unfortunately, he was startled by you charging at him and was able to get out of the way before he could act. So is that your only action?
Yeah.
All right. So following Salazar, it is now Rabute.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll follow Sal out, and as a bonus action, I'm going to use Wrathful Smite, and then I'm going to try to whack him.
Whack him.
I'm gonna whack him. Let's see. What did I roll here? An 8. That's pretty embarrassing. Yeah, well, I said I was gonna follow Salazar. I missed it.
Unfortunately, lunging at somebody as you run up towards them through the trees is the bit of a tell, so he's taken it back a fair bit. However, it is now Auron's turn. He's a little overwhelmed, visibly, kind of like repositions himself kind of to face the 3 of you as he just attempts to slash at Kadaj again with his the same dagger. All right, and your AC is 14, so he hits.
Okay.
Brings us to the end of his turn. And is now Elodius. Now,
Elodius steps out from the trees behind him and says, "Drop your blade, you reckless fool, or we'll put you down like you put down Aura. And you must make a wisdom save." This was a vicious mocker.
was that vicious mocker?
Vicious.
It wasn't the most vicious mock.
I called him a reckless fool. I mean, that's pretty vicious, I think.
All right, Nope. I rolled a 7, so.
Aha. It's my 1d4 damage. Ooh, 3 damage.
3 damage.
It's
Okay.
disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Heck. All right, Zephyrin, what do you add on to this? Not only has he been struck, not thrice, but once, but also he was just called a fool, which, as we know,
It's very
is a
insulting.
word. Yeah.
Yeah, so insulting. Well, Zephyryn's gonna come up with her hammer, and she's gonna try and whap him. I think we were playing this golf style last time, so let's
Yeah,
give
we
him another
invented
golf
golf.
swing.
So, you're welcome, Tiger. So yeah, give a good old golf swing. Another person lunging from the forest.
That's a 13.
Your 13 hits him.
Oh, so surprising.
Yeah.
Okay, that's And two-handed. 13 damage.
Oh, so he takes a pretty substantial amount of damage, kind of like concussed for a sec, just kind of like rebalances himself, and just kind of like shakes it off and looks at the threat around him. So, I heard something else beep. Who rolled?
That was me. I think I got the roller to work now. It's just
Okay.
rolling really slow now.
I was like, what are we rolling now? I didn't say anything. Okay, so he's kind of stubborn, as you can tell from your conversation with him. He's just kind of recentering you guys as you surround him with your weapons and spells and calling him a fool. So he's not standing down a reckless fool, which is the worst kind. So, all right. So we're gonna cycle back to Kadaj.
Okay, I am going to. First, I'm actually going to cast Hunter's Mark.
What a weird thing for a rogue to have.
Yeah.
He's definitely been a rogue.
I don't
this
know
whole
why
time.
Wish that didn't roll dice, and it's rolling very slow. But yeah, so he is marked.
I thought that we established after you bashed the lock open with your hammer that you were the rogue now, Zephyr.
Oh, that's right.
sure,
I'm
that's
the
true.
rogue.
I am the rogue now.
I'm the rogue now.
Yeah.
Who could
Okay.
shoot?
So now that he is marked, I'm going to swing at him again with my dagger.
Okay. Swinging at someone with a dagger sounds so much more violent. Like, it sounds like you're like side punching him in the head with it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool. Do it. Murder him. See if I care.
We
Right.
don't like murder him. Like,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we want to question him, so maybe don't
Yeah.
completely kill him.
So
A
it's
lot of
a
healing.
14 to hit.
A 14 hits.
Tight. So that's. This. Good. So that's 4, then plus a d6 for Hunter's Mark. I don't know why this is happening so slow.
Internet's crazy.
Right? One. Good. Five
minimum
damage.
damage overall.
So 5 damage.
Start.
18, 22. All right, and with that, he lets out like this gut-wrenching scream. What exactly did you do when you swung a dagger at him?
Probably trying to slice out his arm to kind of disarm him a little bit.
Okay.
Not trying to like kill him, but
Okay. Well, he ends
if
up
it stops
touching
him
his
from
arm.
hurting me, then good.
Yeah, that's a dream in the end. Not to get hurt anymore. Why love in the first place? So, anyways, yeah, you cut open his arm. He starts clenching, and he's looking very wounded at this point. Okay. So now we move back on to Salazar, I believe. I keep trying to switch screens, and when I do, I open up Microsoft Edge, which we all know is just Explorer with a hat on.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to. You know what? So I know that we definitely need questions answered, and I know that we don't have to have a whole conversation about it. So I think I'm gonna try to pin him to the ground by just stabbing my sword like through his foot.
Oh,
Yikes.
why?
Non-lethal.
So he
of
doesn't go
course.
anywhere. Yeah, it's gonna be non-lethal
Metal.
attack, and that was
This
almost
guy's
a
gonna
crit.
die of infection.
14 to hit.
That hits.
Oh yeah.
So you drive your sword through this man's foot
For 5 damage.
for 5 damage. He lets out like a bellowing scream. Whatever birds were sleeping nearby, it was like rush from the trees around you. He is in pain, much of it. He drops his dagger and kind of falls to his one knee as he can't really do much else as far as motion goes, and he's essentially immobilized.
Did we
Which-
get him?
Yeah, I mean, is he?
Yeah.
He dropped his weapons.
He dropped his weapon, and yeah, he falls down to his one knee.
So are we assuming we're still in initiative, or
We can end combat here. He can't do anything else.
Okay.
All you have to do is stand out of arm's reach of him, and he can't do anything unless he pulls the sword from his foot.
I do that.
You
By that
pull
I
it?
mean get out of his arm's reach, not pull
Yeah.
sword out of his foot.
Re-insert it in the other foot.
So I want to like keep him pinned and just kind of like kneel down to him because this is the first time that he's seen Salazar like this. And I just want to say, you have answers.
He's just kind of like shaking at this point. He's holding himself up, just staring at the ground, not sure what to say. He's in shock, as you might believe.
I want to like take my hand and just like lightly sort of like not caress, but like lightly put it under his face and lift his head towards me. So like gently like make him make eye contact with me.
Which probably hurts more than the the sword to the foot.
And then I want to say, you have answers.
He looks up at you, his eyes shaking. Can you roll perception for me really quick?
Sure. Oh, 9.
9? All right. So
But my
he
passive
looks
is
at-
12.
this is a different scenario.
Okay.
So he's looking you in the eyes shaking. He's a mess at this point, very much feeling defeated. He reaches out, he looks you in the eyes and says, Thalen will rise again, as he drives his own dagger into his stomach.
Oh.
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 Can we heal him?
Zephyrin?
Oh, yeah.
Zephyrin,
He gets-
are you on
He
spells?
definitely gets death saves. We can heal him.
I told you guys. I told you before this fight. I'm out of spells.
I may have used my last one to put these two to sleep.
Oh, nuts.
Okay.
I wanna...
Rob will like kind of like.
You
side
stay here.
himself.
We'll be back after a good night's rest.
We'll take a little
Oh,
dance.
gotcha.
Please
kinda
stay
side
for an
himself.
hour.
And he will like kind of roll his eyes and he'll put his hands on this clown. And he's going to use healing hands to restore 2 hit points.
Are you?
And like as he's doing that, I want to pull the dagger out and hold it.
Okay.
And I guess
but-
also my sword too.
just kind of start taking items out of his freaking corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just rolled something, but I don't know why. So ignore whatever I just rolled.
Oh, don't worry, I will be for the remainder of the evening. So you start taking various knives out of him like a carnival trick, and then you restore 2 health points. He kind of lets out like a gasp and just kind of like looks up at you guys like, ah, shit.
Yeah, nice try. Well, anyway,
Sorry,
back to the
we can,
conversation.
Yeah, so now what do you do?
We definitely need answers before you go.
Hey, before you leave. All right,
Maybe-
so
Does anyone have any rope?
I'm sure. Sure, we have rope. We have a whole net. Salazar, where's your net?
I have it like draped on me, like almost like a cloak. So I want to like just kind of pull it off and hand it to her. But I want to like point at his foot and at his wound and his stomach and be like, "Don't think he is going anywhere."
I mean, we may want to keep him for a long enough time. I mean, if we're not paying super close attention, he might just crawl away. And, he only really needs to find a rock or something.
If we're asking him questions, does that mean we have to give him skin too?
Zephyr,
Yes.
Zephyr, no. Info is just a weirdo.
So this whole time, Zephyr. So yeah, just backtracking a little bit. Info is this jaunty young fellow that they met in the town who thinks that he can get people's powers through eating their skin, And Zephyr's new to the surface, so she just thought this was customary.
So as Kadaj, do you still look like Aura?
Beginning of combat, I had changed my face back to Kadaj's, which is what really initiated this. By now, I'm probably fully switched back.
Okay.
So limitations of it change.
He knows I'm not.
So are you able to change like bits and pieces? Like you could have like Schwarzenegger's arms, and then like I don't know, a famous tall person's legs or whatever. You know, you could become like the perfect human.
Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you. I don't know. I wanted to say a basketball player, but the only one I know is Jordan. I didn't want to admit that. Like,
yeah, I mean, just as an action, I can change appearance and voice, in that I determine the specifics as far as coloration, hair length, gender, height, weight. So, yes.
I don't think
Nice.
he needs to be a person that necessarily exists, so he could pick and choose people that do exist.
nice. Okay.
So, as you all know, Salazar is not like Sal, so he's not going to be doing all the talking. So I think he just takes a step back as Rob comes over to heal him, assuming he's going to take the lead.
Sure. I guess.
Now you tell him,
So-
buddy.
Yeah, right. I guess you really had to do that. Okay, so I guess I'll go up to him, and after I use my healing hands or whatever, I'll ask him, what do you know about the Seraph's Call? And oh no, I'm sorry, we asked that a long time ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
What do you know about? Actually, what's going on? What's going on?
I think any question we ask is going to have a different answer now that we know what the hell is like, that something's going on for sure.
Yeah, like he kind of like baited you with enough
Fair.
information to like shut you up originally, but obviously didn't work because you're persistent.
We'll still stick with my original question. What the hell is going on? What do you know?
So he kind of like just bites his tongue. He just kind of like looks up at you defiantly, just wounded. Just he's willing to die over this, so he doesn't really want to say anything.
Okay, so
Like,
Rob will
let's-
just sigh. Oh, you want?
I can chime in. I'll come up and walk in front of him, slide out my razor, and just say, "We just need to know what lies he's been telling
Jeez.
us." Do you want me to roll intimidation?
Yes, please, you freak.
I got a 15.
All right. So it looks down at your like newly shined razor. Oh, I guess. What was used to skin Rob?
My own dagger.
Okay,
He used his own dagger. We used my razor to skin Zephyr.
but you've shaved since then, right?
I had to clean the razor.
So it's clean. I was just wondering if it still had blood on it.
No, it's shiny clean.
Yeah, the only thing shimmering in this dark forest, the crack of the fire kind of shimmers off of that. So, she just like looks at you and is like, "Okay, what?"
Well, we know you haven't been telling the whole truth, so start with what you told us that was a lie.
So what is it exactly you guys are looking to hear from him? All he really knows that he told you back in the Night's Fen was that the people of Thalen's Hearth do not take kindly to people talking about the Seraph's Call negatively, and that he had heard from somebody that the passing of his brother Torin was to come soon, so he had already done his mourning. It's kind of everything that he told you previously.
I'll ask him. Like, were you involved in the boat crashing in the beginning?
I was in the Night's Fen.
That's like, it's a yes or no question.
Were you in the basement?
He just like looks over at you. It's like the bodies in the cellar are for research.
What about the big glowy orb?
The heart of Thalen.
Oh, that's what.
Oh.
Hold out my pen.
Yeah. Let me take
What's
some
it?
notes. Let me take some notes.
So, what
Is it-
happened to Aura?
Fell off course.
That's
I
not
think I need
straightforward
more
enough.
details than that.
Yeah.
The mark comes to those who impede the return of our savior.
Wait, really? Like I said that in character.
Can I roll insight on that, just to see like how forthcoming he's being?
Sure.
Let's see if this works.
Have you rolled?
It's thinking. It's thinking.
Hey man, do you have like a real set of dice in front of you?
No, but I might just switch and use roll 20 from here on out. So I got
Please do.
13. Yeah, 'cause that's.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's taking so long.
Yeah, no,
I think you can turn like the actual digital part off, and it'll just pop up a roll.
yeah, because is it doing that thing where it does like the roll animation? Because that could be
Yeah.
obscuring
Yeah,
it.
it might be really slow.
Yeah. Well, otherwise, a really great product. So, yeah, no, as far as, I know Kadaj is a pretty, like, shady person, but, like, you don't necessarily trust him, per se, but you believe that there is some merit to what he is telling you.
You mean Orin?
No, I was talking to Kadaj. Kadaj
okay.
has trouble trusting people.
Gotcha. I see.
So,
My bad.
yeah.
So wait, are you trying to make Thalen come back?
His return was inevitable.
What?
Was?
Is that normal? Is this because you bury people in the earth? Does
Well,
everybody come back?
We're just putting these here till later.
Do they like grow new people out of the earth, out of the bodies? Is that what happens?
You're like looking at trees really suspiciously right now. He's not sure what to do with your question. He's just like,
Zephyrin, I think we need to talk about that later. No,
Sal-
that's not how it works.
Salazar is like nodding, like, yes, I needed this answer as well.
we're new here. We don't.
I'll ask.
How is he?
Oh, no, so you
Sorry,
go.
go ahead.
No, oh, okay. I guess.
Somebody.
Dang it! Dang it! I'm sorry. That's the worst. I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask. Was Faye involved? Like, is she part of your little cult?
Faye knows what she needs to.
God damn it! Alright. Go ahead and ask your question. Sorry.
So, when you say he went off course, you mean you killed him because he wasn't fond of what you were doing, right?
That's a simplification.
Second thoughts.
That's the actual honest answer with, confirmed details of you in fact did a murder.
Did a murder.
Yeah.
Did you do murder?
Do you do a murder?
Be
Does
real
that
with
make
me.
you
Do
feel so
you
much better?
do you do kill? Death, have you? Yes or no? Check one.
How many people have you killed for this?
So I haven't killed anybody.
You just told us you killed Aura.
I said he went off course. You interpreted it how you wanted it to.
You said what I said was a simplification. I think you need to tell us the full proper story then.
He just kind of like sighs. He's like, fate is fragile. It needs careful consideration to keep it on course. If the return of Thalen is to happen, everything needs to go exactly as planned, and those who impede on it need to be taken out of the equation, be it by my hand or somebody else's.
So the visions, are those what the proper course is to bring back Thalen?
Thalen is guiding us.
That means yes.
Rob here has been studying Ulrin's mannerisms and is now our interpreter.
Yeah, I got this guy figured out. I was trying to think. So
So,
no, I didn't really have a good question. Go ahead.
No, I'm not smart. You say stuff.
Yeah, go ahead. You're asking way better questions than I ever could.
so
And he's just taking whatever can come out of there and just like, where is he? Where's who? Good point.
So, if someone goes against the visions, it's not just that some force comes out and stops them. There's an active will by your group, I assume, that is trying to force the course onto that.
Good question.
Let's go to break.
That being said, no. Man, I don't know how you'd answer this. So he's obviously reluctant to say things to you. The intimidation factor is the only real reason. He was willing to die to keep this information a secret. So his vagueness is merely just the fact that he just doesn't want it to go off course. Like he says, he believes fate to be fragile and wants everything to go as planned so that way Thalen can make his return. So your question is your group responsible for the people's deaths?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's just going to reiterate, just we do what we must.
That means yes too.
I want to take a step forward and just like put my hand on my own face now and say, what happened to me?
I know I'm not in a place for you to believe me right now, but I have no idea who you are.
I mean, I know he looks a bit different, but how many 6-foot pink fishmen have you met?
He kind of like looks him up and down. He's like, from the end. I don't know.
That means he doesn't know.
So
Thank
just to
you for our
recap,
detective.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you have a picture of your former self at the ready that you could just kind of bam into place?
He was on the starting soon screen. So,
Yeah. So
I will swap it really quick.
So essentially, something happened to Sal when he had interacted with Thalen's heart, the heart of Thalen, rather, that turned him from this adorable fish creature into this eldritch horror that he sees before him right now. So, Alrin states that he has no idea what happened to you.
Well, since you don't like to answer your questions properly, I know I can't threaten you with your life. Obviously, we just saved your life. The orb, when he touched it, is what turned him into this. The orb you call Thalen's heart. It
Heart of
diminished in size.
Thalen.
The heart of Thalen. It diminished in size when he touched it, which makes me think there's only so much orb to go around. What if I make you touch it?
He just kind of starts freaking out. It's like, you touched the heart of Thalen, and starts kind of like posturing himself up, starts coughing up blood a little bit. He's putting a lot of stress on his body, and he's just kind of freaking out now.
I think that's a bad thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm no longer stoked about touching the heart. I'm kind of regretting my decision now.
There's this tweet that reminds me of. Where it's like Pepsi sent this thing that was like you guys are heating up Pepsi before you drink it, right? And so it's like, no, me and my kids prefer it cold. And they're like, you're feeding Pepsi to children? And that's just kind of the reaction he's having. Just like, you're doing what? You know? Do you guys not follow Pepsi on Twitter? Is this just me?
No.
What's Pepsi?
Well,
Meanwhile, you took off your Coca-Cola label because you were worried about it.
I could say words. You don't get flagged for saying brand names.
In before let me get flagged for saying
Nike. We'll be fine. Brian, are you Googling that right now?
No, I'm interacting with our friends on Twitch, who also think you're insane.
Okay, for taking my label off?
You know. Anyways, Ulrin.
Ryan made us change our shirts before we started. He's the
You were
crazy
both
one.
wearing the
Anyways.
same shirt.
That doesn't matter!
It was awesome.
It's your clothing company.
I got nothing. I'm sweating. All right.
So you don't want people touching the heart, or is touching the people heart a bad thing? One of the two.
They definitely were doing experiments with it.
Mm-hmm.
The people with veins. Were they living? Still.
Most people were living at one point.
When Rob cut his arm, he took a breath.
What?
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, the body. Yeah,
Yeah.
so, just backtrack to the last episode when you interacted with the body with the marks of the Seraph's Call. The corpse ended up gasping before falling unconscious again as the color left his body. So from back in the cellar. So your question, Salazar, is what?
Were they essentially? I'm asking if they were still alive while they were, like, was it basically like, I don't know how Sal would ask this or Salazar would ask this, but is it basically like a form of stasis where they're like not dead but they appear to be? And us cutting the arm off was releasing that body. Like, why was there a gasp of breath afterwards? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he looks at you and just like, something is within them, but we don't know what.
Alien.
Werewolves.
Centaurs.
Wasn't werewolves one of the first guesses Eddie had during all of this?
And I will bring
Man.
it back every session.
Maybe.
It's only session 4. It could be all werewolves felt again.
Hey,
All possibilities are. No, everything's possible until proven that it can't be, or something.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when you're gathering data and stuff like that, you can kind of determine that for yourself. It's fine. It might be werewolves.
Alrind, I have to wonder. It seems entirely possible that you have no idea what's going on and what you're doing, which makes me question why you're doing it.
So he just kind of like looks at you and smirks, just like, that's the truest thing you've said all day. So.
Okay, so why are you doing it?
To bring back Thalen.
How is this bringing back Thalen?
Yeah. How is that guaranteed to work?
Essentially, as he was saying, is that the mark of the Seraph's Call was people who would get in the way of Thalen's return. So he is getting rid of all the people who would impede that process, so that way fate and everything can line up, so that way his return can happen.
Wait, did someone have a vision? I'm gonna ask this in character. Did someone have a vision that saw Thalen return, and like everything is just trying to get to that vision to come true? Is that what's going on?
The first Seraph's Call, yes.
Oh,
Wait, what do you mean by the first? What do you mean first?
The very first vision, the premonition, the first call was Thalen rising.
Who had it?
I thought this was like a long time that these visions have been coming.
It has. So these stories have been told for generations.
So does he
God.
mean Thalen's vision himself?
No, after the first person to have a vision after Thalen's death, when people started to reside in Thalen's hearth.
now it's starting to make sense.
Suddenly understand. Y'all are a bunch of crazy cultists. And you're going off an old rumor, and you're killing people over it.
And dying.
And dying over it.
Dying for it.
I mean, I've seen people die for even less. At this point, I'm not impressed.
I want to look at Rob and say, "We destroy the heart."
Yeah. Good.
And he was trying to do that all last
Yeah,
session.
literally. Yeah, I was last session. I was literally so gung ho of trying to blow that thing up, and I was the worst for it.
Well, I think you started to get a little nervous that it was going to blow up and kill everyone above you.
Yeah.
He started to weigh in the consequences of his own actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the reason why Sal touched it, was because he saw the hesitation in your eyes.
Yeah. So, wait, how close are we to the basement or the wine cellar?
So you traveled for, I don't know, 20 minutes before you got to the point you're at now?
We're like
Okay.
literally not even very far into the forest at all.
No.
Could we like can we still see like house lights and stuff through the woods?
Yeah, you could see like the window
Light
with
pollution.
Dante's informant still interrogating that waitress.
No, that's horrible.
Lord.
It's been like 3 hours. He's still telling you the same story. No, yeah, you're far enough in. The trees are thick enough that you can't really see through them. It's getting quite dark.
Okay, so I'll turn to Sal and I'll say, actually, he's in the net already, right? Or is he?
No, Sal didn't want to put him in the net because he's wearing it like a blanket.
Okay.
No, I
cool.
gave it to Zephyrin,
I
but I
have
don't
Oh,
the
think
you
net.
did.
I don't think she put it on him.
But I don't really know how to work it.
Yeah,
It's
she
just
just
kind of.
Well, whoever has the net,
lay it on him gingerly.
It's-
Just kind of.
yeah, let's put him in a burlap sack.
It's an actual D&D item, and you basically throw it on him, and then they have to make a check, or else they get tangled up in it. And
He's not really going anywhere at this
yeah,
point.
yeah. That's why I was like, I don't think he's going anywhere. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
was
thought
gonna
you didn't
say-
put it on him in the first place.
Okay, we should probably take him, drag him through the dirt with the back to the wine cellar so we can blow it up. I just don't want him running away and alerting the cultists.
You want to blow up the thing with him in it?
No, I'm just saying we should take him with us so that way he doesn't.
And
tell
put
them.
him in the cellar while we blow up the cellar? That's
I
what
mean,
you're
if-
saying?
No, if you want to do that, we can do that. But I don't know. I'm saying we should take him with us because I don't want to lose the track of this guy. And we should blow up. That's all I want to do. I want to blow up that orb.
I think we should make him touch the orb.
Touch the butt.
Touch the butt.
If it
At what
diminished when
point- Go ahead.
if diminished when Salazar touched it, maybe we can make it diminish entirely.
But
like
you
that
could
idea.
also risk turning him into an Eldritch Horror.
And then we
Yeah,
beat the
that
piss
seems
out of
fine.
That may or may not be a level higher than you guys.
him. I'm confident we can probably beat the piss out of him.
Yeah, we gotta level up somehow.
Guys, I gotta go sleep first.
No spells. Let's do this.
No spells.
So I don't want to like influence your guys' decision by any means. Like I like your guys' think tank you have going on. But where are you guys sleeping?
Oh, it's
At
like
the end.
Yeah.
it's the middle of the day right now, right?
There's
No,
other people that
no, it's
work at
getting
the
dark.
inn.
It's getting dark.
There's Aura and Alrin.
You weren't the only people that work there. It's
There's a
fine.
waitress.
I mean, I don't think we should go into
I can
sleep
just-
right now.
Yeah.
If we're seriously considering that.
I wanna while they're talking about where they're gonna sleep, I want to look around the area. Like, what were they doing in this spot?
So they have 2 torches in the ground and just a stone tablet similar to the one that the names were carved into during the ceremony for all of the lost souls on the voyage to Velendor. They have a tablet sitting dead center of those, and everything is just in the area is just clear. There's no like fallen leaves or rocks or anything. It's just like immaculate clearing dead center of this like wooded area.
I want to point at the tablet and say, "Why?"
So previously he had told you that Thalen had died in the inn itself. Just going back to the very first session we did. So all he's saying to you is this is where he fell.
So, what does the tablet say? It has names on it like before, or it looks like it?
It looks like the one from before, the same
Is there
kind of
is there any names at all?
there's the same religious markings. And then what languages do you speak?
All of them?
All of them? Sick.
Um,
Do any of you speak or can read Elven?
Not
Yes.
me.
No.
Yes? Who said yes? Okay, so Kadaj, you can see that in Elven it just says rise.
Oh wait, I speak Elven.
And also Elodius sees that.
I know Undercommon for some reason.
Because just in case.
It seems like something a fish person would know.
Maybe there's underground caverns that I've swam under.
Mm,
Under.
Nice. There's one.
no.
I barely know her.
Oh.
All right,
Get
we
out.
We get a reroll.
Okay, well.
What does this say?
Kadaj, care to weigh in?
Says
It
rise.
says rise. Yes, that. Ooh, you speak Elvish. How fancy.
Okay, so Elodius,
Considering I look like a drow most of the time, I feel like me knowing Elvish probably isn't the most outlandish thing.
I don't know. I found out you weren't recently.
Zephyrin, are you familiar with these symbols?
The ones on the tablet, is that what he's referring
The
to?
the religious symbols, yeah.
Yeah.
they're not something you would recognize. It's not something that you would have seen in the depths of the sea. It's a religion from surface dwellers.
What I
Air
recognize
breathers.
Shot in the dark.
You are new to this area as well. You recognize them as religious symbols. You don't necessarily recognize the religion.
Fair enough.
No, I don't recognize these.
Let's break it.
Is that your answer for everything? Is that how you solve problems?
It's worked so far, I think.
Sometimes force is the only solution.
Right.
Remember, kids.
Oh my god.
All right, so you want to break it?
I do, but
Okay.
I'm not
But-
gonna do something crazy without someone stopping me.
Smashy Smashy Hammer Lady would be probably your best.
Yeah, that's what I would want to break it. I'm probably not gonna be able to do it easily.
You can hit it with your sword a couple times. Clink, clink.
Yeah, I look really
Like-
foolish.
You know who might know what those religious symbols mean? The two religious people that are sleeping on the ground over here.
Oh no, are they asleep still? Like, I'm
Oh yeah. How long does that last?
Oh, that lasts 1 minute, by the way, and
Oh.
that's why I was asking for
Ooh.
a rope earlier.
Okay. Cool. Let's backtrack and pretend we all know how to play this.
They
game.
are gone.
then we definitely use the net for them because that's why Zephyrin asked for the net.
I can just imagine like we all like just mentioned them, we all turn and they're just gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah. No, the 100%. They're not there anymore. They saw what was going on and they bailed.
Bye.
Alright. Well, now we're on time limit. Let's go to the wine cellar and blow up that orb.
Before or after you break this presumable grave?
You know what? We don't need to break the grave. The grave. The orb is more important. Let's blow it up.
Zephyrin would like to look for small sprouts of a new human growing out of the ground.
So this small clearing in between like the thick trees is like completely like swept clean. They've literally swept the dirt at this point. Like it's just like a little like nice, clear, immaculate clearing. Just the two torches that they light and the small ceremonial stone. That
So
is it.
there's no little like fingers popping out of the ground or like tufts of hair. No. Oh.
No, a roll perception. Let's see what you see.
Can you imagine?
It's just him inching his way out, one appendage at a time.
That's a 24.
24. So
I think by rules of Dungeons and Dragons, you have to give her this.
that is specifically not the rule.
It was a natural 20, by the way. Not that it matters for skills, but
So you start darting your eyes around and you see like right at the edge of this little clearing, there's a small gathering, plume, I don't know what you call a group of mushrooms growing that kind of like set you off. You're just like, that thing in there?
is that what they look like when they crawl out of the ground? She's like pointing to the mushrooms.
Elodius plucks a mushroom.
Roll Constitution.
Plucking it?
No, you're good.
I was gonna say, before he eats it, can I like suss out quick if that's poisonous or not?
I wasn't planning on eating it.
Too bad. They're
This brings
acid
back
mushrooms. Your skin's gone.
Oh my god.
Info is furious.
Like he
So-
would be. He never got the opportunity to get goat legs.
So, okay, for real though, should we actually blow up that orb or like something, or should we like? Because I honestly think the more time we spend interrogating this guy, the less time we have before like their entire cult comes in and tries to attack us.
I like how we've just agreed that they're a cult. I'm really for this.
They are.
Hey,
Yeah, we also don't know how many of them there are.
Exactly.
How,
That's why I'm
how
worried.
many of you are doing this whole pushing for Thalen's resurrection thing?
Oh, you're asking.
I'm asking Alrin.
Yeah, okay. So he just looks up at you. Is like, there are many of us waiting for his return,
Oh god.
fighting for
You
it.
have-
Wait,
you
can I
have,
roll insight on that?
a number or
Is there a directory? Or...
Like a list of names, like a sign-up sheet anywhere.
To be
Just-
fair, we did ask you for a list of names like a while ago.
Yeah, like
got-
phone numbers, addresses, first last name, allergies.
Oh, we do have that actually. It's on the contact
He
sheet.
did definitely give us the list of names, by the way.
I did.
Oh,
it's
good.
like the 15 missing people?
It was 15 people on the voyage in total. It was 12 missing people.
I don't
God!
know.
Kyle, play the game.
No, I was pretty sure you said it was 15 missing people. I think Dylan's misremembering and not me.
I honestly have no idea.
I don't either. I'm just saying it like that because I want to be the one who's right.
Kyle, we've introduced 21 characters in 4 sessions. Just follow. Gosh. It's not that hard.
How do we bring him back? Meaning Alrin. Not,
Yeah, no, I know
not
what you meant.
Thalen.
Oh. I was like, no.
Should we knock him out first?
Should be easy. He is weak.
Hi.
Hey, you know what actually happened to those 15 or those however many other people from the ship that disappeared?
From that indiscriminate number that we'll figure out watching the others.
It was 15.
Yeah. So does he know?
Yeah.
She just kind of shakes his head.
Alright,
Do we
well,
believe him? Can I roll insight on that?
You can roll insight on whenever you want. You can
I
roll
don't-
insight
I
on the
don't-
mushrooms.
I'll roll an insight on.
That's a 19 for insight.
I got
You
a
don't
4
believe
for
him.
Insight.
You do believe him. The group is torn. You'll never be the same. Good enough for me.
He knows something.
Ooh.
Man, now, do you believe Zephyrin? So roll insight on Zephyrin.
This
Zephyr's
fish
gonna
lady
go
has no
up with
reason to
her,
lie to me.
yeah, with her hammer and use her hammer like under his chin and be like, "What happened to them?"
He just kind of like looks up at you and he's like, I was already ready to die for this. I'm not telling you anymore.
Okay,
pull his
but were you
fingernails.
ready to be in a lot of pain for this? Because that's about to happen.
I will endure what I must endure for Thalen.
Cool. Zephyr's gonna step on his injured foot.
You guys have some stuff you want to work out after the session? Let me know.
We are riding a line right now.
Owen, I mean, is there any chance that you want to explain, like, the whole situation, maybe? Like, what if you find out we're on your side for this whole thing? All you're guaranteeing by being all iffy about this is that we're definitely going to stop it.
So in between his screaming and shrieks from having his sword wound stepped on, he just says, like, I again repeats exactly what he told you the last time, like, I will endure what I must.
Look, guys, I went to the party and it's like, that scream just now was really loud. I'm pretty sure, like, his friends are on the way. I'm just gonna say it again. Let's just take him, drag him to the place, blow up the orb.
We should pull all the bodies out of the basement so we can show people what he's been doing, though.
Well, depending how much time. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess we could do that.
We
have
don't
enough time
know
to do it.
who's in on it.
Faye is. I'm gonna bet my life on it.
I don't
Oh,
think
interesting.
so. He said she only knows so much.
Yeah, probably.
A second ago, you're like, I bet my life.
Yeah,
now you're
no,
just like,
I was overly confident. I was showing face. I'm not that confident.
Let's bring him to Faye.
interesting. Interesting.
Okay, we could do that, but on the way, let's blow up that orb. Or at least
See,
test it.
I'm still not sure what shooting the orb with magical fire will do, though.
There's only one way to find out.
I mean, I want to try out your theory first, where
Oh, make
we
him
have
touch it?
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, let's just blow it up to smithereens.
Yeah, let's make him touch it.
Yeah.
Let's
Just like yeet him at the orb.
let's create
he's
our
scared
let's
of that.
create our final boss. let's make him our boss.
Hey,
Yeah, right?
hey, if we create the final boss now, he only has 2 HP. So,
Can I roll perception to see how he's reacting to us saying we should make him touch the orb? Like, is he freaking out?
Yeah, so you can tell that he very much does not want you interfering with the orb. However, like, he doesn't care for his own well-being at all. So,
Well, all right. Well, let's do that.
We need to keep him alive.
Right. That's why we put him in the net and drag him there.
For good, we can't kill him.
Oh my gosh.
He wants to
touching the orb-
die.
touching the orb didn't kill you.
Yeah.
I'm not as weak as him.
That's true.
Look, worst case scenario, we kill him and we find someone else that knows as soon as his friends come along and we beat the piss out of him.
Rob's showing his true colors here, guys.
Yeah, I could probably take like 1 or 2 people. How many do you think you could take?
Oh, I don't know. Enough.
Armies, don't you think, Rob?
Okay,
Yeah.
we
I, mean,
are
I was a soldier, so.
we are wasting
Oh,
daylight.
yeah.
I wanna just go over and just lean down and like pick him up and just throw him up over my shoulder.
Okay. What's your carrying capacity?
A lot. Don't even.
Okay.
Don't even
Okay.
with
In
that.
it.
I don't know. You're my height in real life, and I know what my carrying capacity is.
I can
so.
carry 240 pounds.
Did I not mention how? No. Yeah, no, you can carry him without being over encumbered.
All right, let's do it.
Oops.
We're gonna walk out of the forest with him.
Okay, so now, an hour and a half later, after we have had that conversation, we
Also
are
stabbed him a few times.
multiple
And stepped
times.
on him.
Yeah. And whacked him once with a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Concussed
hard.
him.
Killed
Yeah.
him.
Literally killed him at one point. And then,
Well, he killed him, let's be
And
honest.
I called him a fool.
oh, yes. Which will sting forever. Only there's some way you could get quick quips for vicious mockery insults right at your fingertips, Kyle. Wouldn't that be?
Oh man, that'd be fantastic.
Well, that's all we're going to say about that. Anyways, so...
You guys are the worst.
Why, Ryan? What's up? So you start bringing the body back towards the forest's edge so you can go back into the Knight's Fen. As you start getting through the trees, they start to become more and more sparse. As you reach the edge of the forest, you see a bright light, which is curious considering how dark it's getting, towards or in the distance. As you gain closer, you see that the Knight's Fen Tavern is on fire.
Hell yeah. So
What?
sick.
Oh, no.
Hey,
I knew it.
Stuff's in there.
oh, you don't
Which
carry
is,
around a backpack with all your stuff in it most of the time?
Well, she keeps her shiny baubles in her room, though. She doesn't need to carry those
You
around
need to get
with
those
her.
now.
All right,
Not her
crazy
shiny
question.
baubles.
Can I roll, like, if I can hear anyone in the building at all screaming?
Oh, you can hear screaming.
Oh, Great. I'm gonna run immediately.
You don't need to roll for that. You can.
Yeah, straight into that inn to save as many people as possible.
All right,
Okay.
I wanna throw Allround on the ground and just give him a quick jab to his head to just knock him out because he's got what 2 hit points.
Yeah,
So
just a good bonk.
my unarmed strike is 4 damage. So I would non-lethally knock him out if you will allow.
Yeah, no, you can bonk. He's in no condition to fight off your bonking. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so as you make your way around the front of the Knight's Fen, there's a few people kind of scattered around, like watching in horror. You can still hear some screams inside the warehouse, inside the tavern. And you guys just want to run in?
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah? Okay.
Caution to the wind.
Okay.
My baubles.
So, anyone here resistant to fire?
I'm not, so
I use
was
my
not planning on running inside.
Resistance to cold.
It's like
Kadaj came here for a
Fire?
free meal, remember? So
Yeah.
Kadaj will not be running in, I don't think.
Well, I'll be
not
sure
my
to
MO.
tell Rob's story.
Okay, so Rob's running in. Salazar?
yeah, if I see the others going in.
It's just Rob at this point. Zephyrin, you're getting your baubles?
Yeah, but they're in the inn upstairs. So
Okay,
she's
so you're not looking for people, you're looking for stuff.
I gotta. I'll grab the people on the way out, but I gotta go get my baubles first.
Okay.
I want to say, Elodius, keep an eye on him.
Yes, that was what my plan was.
I think I want to run around the back and see what the basement situation looks like.
So as you're going towards the building, everything is kind of engulfed in flames. You can't really get a clear look at the door. You can't really make it out right now. The hatch that leads into the cellar below. This means hatch.
The universal sign.
Yeah.
This place is like a raging inferno right now, type of deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would not have set foot inside that thing, guys. So you're basically dead.
So, Rob, Zephyrin, and Salazar, you're making your way around. Salazar, you're looking. Are you just doing like a general glance for it, or do you want to try and enter through the wine cellar?
I don't think I would go down there.
Okay.
I don't think I would go down there alone, no.
Okay, so as you guys make your way around the front again, you see people watching in horror. You hear the screams of tavern goers from inside, general people, and you make your way in. So none of you are resistant to fire by any means, as you're saying. So the way we're going to do this is the smoke rises, fire, hot air rises. So the higher up you go, as you go into the second floor, you will be limited on your capability for breathing. It's very thick as you enter. The flames are a lot worse towards the back, towards the bar, and you can't quite distinguish where the screams are coming from at this point, due to like the sound of like the roaring flames.
I want to do a quick glance and see if I see info.
Roll perception.
Very important.
This is literally like the first session, all over again.
Yeah,
pretty
no.
much, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like Elodius and I are good over here.
Yeah, you
three
guys
are good.
back. Well, three of us are just
15.
head first.
15
Guys, don't
perception.
worry. While you're in there, I'll make sure I come up with a good rhyme for "in on fire."
Well, you know damn well we're going to ask you how your poem goes by the end of this.
Yeah,
So-
start writing.
I'll go writing.
Start writing now. So somebody in character squeeze that out of him after. Sorry, where were we?
I rolled a
Salazar
15
was-
perception to look for info.
So through the flames, you can see Info cowering under the bar, hiding behind a stool as though that would do something. Just kind of like letting out like, what, kind of shrieks.
Who else came in? Rob? I want to point to Rob.
Rob and Zephyrin.
Or I want to like grab on like Rob's arm and point over to where info is.
Yeah, I'll immediately go over to him and try to save him.
Okay, so he looks up at you. He's like, "Oh, my best friends! Oh, thank gosh you're here! Please get me out of here!"
I want
What?
nothing. I'm stupid. I wanna get up close to him and like put my hand on his shoulder and then make my ring turn water and have it go up towards his mouth and be like, breathe this.
Oh no!
He starts
We
drowning
established
again.
Oh, jeez, I went.
Oh no!
What is happening to you,
I don't
Rob?
know
Edward.
what happened. Oh, jeez. Hold on.
Oh,
let me
Cloud
fix that.
erupted
it's
in
the
your
smoke.
background.
This
Let me
is the
fix
smoke
that.
from the fire.
Yeah.
The immersion is real.
Yeah.
So, there we go. Rob's
Fix
back.
it. Got it.
So he starts drowning, all that kind of stuff. He cannot breathe. The water as previously determined.
as I see that happen, I pull it back and go, sorry, I
Rob
forgot.
literally turned to Sav like,
I'm sorry, I forgot.
He's like, oh, geez, the fire. Then I'm drowning 3 times in one day.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
so-
I was gonna pick him up and just get out of there.
Is there
Yeah, so-
anyone else in here?
Glancing around the room, you don't see anybody on this level now.
I've headed upstairs, by the way, because
Yeah,
that's
so
where
Zephyrin,
my room and baubles
you-
are.
So you make your way into the first hallway leading up, or the first staircase leading up to the hallway. There's no fire in the staircase, but you can see thick smoke leading upstairs.
Okay, well, I guess she's gonna take a really big breath and try not to breathe in as much of the smoke as possible.
Okay, what's your movement speed?
30.
Okay, so you're just sprinting up. As you open, or as you get to the top of the stairs, you can feel it a lot warmer where you are now. So, as you open the door, you can see that the fire is engulfed most of the top floor. It's thicker than it is downstairs.
Does it look like my room is engulfed in fire?
Yours was, as we determined, one of the first rooms, so it is not as it's not as bad as some of the other ones.
Okay, do any of the screams sound like they're coming from up here?
They do. You hear something up here.
Frack.
Okay.
Okay, where are the screams coming from?
It sounds like it's coming from further down the hallway.
What?
You can't determine which door it's coming from at this point.
Zephyr's gonna go towards the screams.
Just surpassing your baubles.
Passing my bauble.
This is a huge character arc for you. I'm really proud of Zephyr's growth.
Development going on right here.
So we're going to time this.
I'm pulling up the rules for suffocation right now, actually.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Zephyr's gonna die.
Just to say it now, I'm gonna go right back into the building as soon as I get info out of there.
Do you want me
That
to,
wasn't obvious.
do you want me to read these rules for suffocation?
So are you looking up? You might be looking at something differently than I am. So what are you looking at?
You're the DM, so you tell us what you wanted to do.
I was just going to go, because she's holding her breath, go off of that.
Okay, so
So-
I'll pull that back up then.
Okay.
Because that's what it's how it like starts is a creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus its constitution modifier for a minimum of 30 seconds. When a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it can survive for a number of rounds equal to its constitution modifier minimum of 1 round. At the start of its next turn, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying. And it can't regain hit points or be stabilized until it can breathe again.
Okay, my constitution modifier is 2.
So then
Okay,
you can
so-
hold it for 3 minutes.
3 whole minutes.
So
Longer than I can hold it in real life.
that's longer than I think. What's the world record for breath holding? Ryan, look that up too. That's
All right.
important. So we're just going to go off of real time here, just for the sake of why not. So I'm just bringing up a stopwatch on my phone. So you enter the top of the stairs, immediately react. You hear the screaming coming from further down, going towards the fire.
World record is 24 minutes and 3 seconds.
What? No. Disagree. They lied.
They lied.
I'm thinking 2.5 minutes at best. 24 minutes.
Wow.
Would it be easier just to look up the average?
No, I wanted to
No.
know what the peak human capability is.
Okay.
Yeah, like the Olympic breath holders. I don't know. I don't sports.
All
Good
right,
thing
so
Zephyrin isn't human.
Yeah.
all right, so lay out the rules for this fire. Rob and I are escorting info outside and then running back in to go upstairs with Zephyrin. So whatever you want to do.
So it'll be the same thing for suffocation for you guys as well. I'm assuming you guys know not to like run through the fire and stuff like that. You're going to be cautious. So as soon as you run out of breath, like you can't hold your breath anymore, that's when it's going to come into suffocation and then passing out, etc. So I have it up on D&D Beyond, but really quick, Eddie, con modifier,
Con modifier
and then Salazar as well.
is Constitution +1.
+1, so you can hold your breath for 2 minutes.
Got it.
I can hold my breath for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, so you and Zephyr are tied for 3 minutes. So she's about 30 seconds ahead of you guys if she's just running up the stairs as you're pulling info out and kind of throwing him out of the...
Point of order, though. I don't know that Sal would know about fire and holding his breath.
You can definitely, instinctually, I feel like you can tell that's hot, don't touch it. And obviously you were panicked enough to see the fire to know, like, ooh, not good, bad. So
Especially the smoke thing too. Like you would take a breath of that and be like, "Oh, this sucks." Like,
Yeah, I don't want this.
Air is already like harmful to you. Well, not
Okay,
harmful,
all right,
like,
let's do
not
it.
great.
Let's do it.
I mean, yeah, like maybe that's shoehorning in like a reason for the plot to keep going, but I think it's instinctual. When did we learn fire was bad, right? Like,
But we touched it.
yeah, exactly. So you're like a baby touching a stove for the first time.
You're like,
I
no
don't know,
hot, don't like.
I think my dad popped in the chat. I can ask him when I learned.
Hey, Ryan's father. If that's a thing, I'm not continuing until we have that answer.
Okay, so Rob has 2 minutes. We have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Zephyrin is about 30 seconds ahead of you. She's already up the stairs as you guys are dragging info out. He's saying stuff to you about like, oh, you know, I was trying to save everybody and just info stuff. You kind of like throw him off as you run back in the building. So we're going to start the 3-minute timer now. I'll inform you every time 30 seconds has passed. There are 6 doors on either side of you. The fire is more and more intense towards the end of the hallway. And just tell me what it is you do. So your door would be the second one on the left. You hear the screaming coming from somewhere on the right further down.
like we're in
So-
a game show. It's behind door
Yeah.
number 1.
Oh god. Okay, well we're gonna go further down to the door on the right that
Go.
seems like it's door. Open the door. I'm gonna just bash the door open. Fuck that.
Okay, so you go to which one? 1, 2, 3, left or right?
Right 3.
Right 3. So as you bash the door open, flames burst out of the door towards you for a total of...
1 million damage.
You should pause the timer as you're doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's rude.
good call. Yeah. You take damage in as long time in real time as much as it takes me to roll. So you take 6 fire damage.
Ouch.
Owie.
And resume timer.
Is there a person there?
Not that you can see through the fire and the smoke.
Can I still hear screaming? Does it sound like it's coming from there?
You're a lot closer now. You can hear it a lot closer to you. It sounds like it might be in the next door over.
All right, well we're going to the next door over then.
Okay, so you're standing in front of the next door with this new information of how fire works, and what is it you do?
I guess still bash this door, but from further away.
Just around the... So you just swing your hammer at it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the doors aren't locked, they're all just closed, so you just kind of swing the door open. So describe to me how you do that, like where you're standing. I'm gonna
She's
pause it.
probably like
30 seconds have passed, 45 seconds have passed.
Okay, she's probably like out away from the door frame, and she's probably because her hammer's quite large, so she can get like a good reach out of it. So she's like off at an angle away from where she thinks the fire might explode outside of the door frame.
Okay, so going to resume timer, or so you swing at the door, it opens wide, the fire comes out much more intensely than the previous one. There's smoke bellowing out into the hallways. It's a lot harder to see at this point, and you hear another shriek as you smash the door open. You can hear that there's a woman inside this room.
There's someone in there. Oh fuck.
Timer resumed.
Shit. I have nothing to get in there. I guess.
Salazar, at this point, you and Rob are up on the top level as well. So the 1 minute mark has hit. Pausing. The two of you are now there as well.
So can you describe the hallway one more time?
So there's 6 doors on either side. The fire is much more intense towards the end. It is now growing closer to all of you. There's 6 doors on your right. The third one in was just bashed in. And the fourth one is where Zephyr is standing in front of. You see her break open the door, and the screams are now
okay. And then process of elimination. What room was Zephyr's and which room was mine?
She was in door 2 on the left. You were in door 4 on the left.
Okay, so left 1, left 3, left 5 and 6. And we can hear screaming coming from down the hallway as well?
Yeah.
None close to the top of the stairs?
No.
Okay, then I want to rush past her and I guess head to left 5 and listen before trying to open the door. I don't have a big hammer to bash it open.
You don't hear anything, but the fire is much more intense now. You're feeling the heat. You're starting to feel like overwhelmed by it. So I'm going to resume timer.
I'm going to go up to where Zephyrin is.
Pause. Go.
I'm going to go where Zephyrin is and to help her get the person that's in there.
Okay, cool. So you rush towards Zephyrin and unpausing. Zephyrin, Rob comes up to you.
Yeah, Zephyr's gonna like point into the room because she doesn't necessarily want to speak because she will lose air that she's holding. So she's gonna like aggressively point into the room.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look into the room. So like, is there anything in the way, like, or is
Fire?
Just all
Fire.
it's
Just fire.
It's
You're
just
familiar.
fire.
Yeah, you're familiar with the layouts of these rooms. It's pretty much you walk in. There's a small wooden dresser and a cot in each room.
All right, I'm gonna give her the thumbs up, and I'm gonna just go straight in, caution to the wind,
Okay.
and try to find that person as fast as I can.
Okay. So they are huddled underneath their bed. Like you can see their like face coming from underneath the bed.
I'm going to
Unpause it.
I'm going to go ahead and like, I guess I'll call out to them. I guess I'll be like, hey.
They're just like screaming incoherently at this point. They are way too panicked to make any sense of this.
I'm just gonna reach in and pull them out of under the bed as best I can.
What's your strength?
Okay, it is strength plus 2, 15.
Okay, so they're kind of fighting you at this point. They're kind of like kicking and screaming. They are not cooperating with you at all.
Is
I'm
there
gonna
a
punch
window?
him. Yeah,
There is a window, yes.
I'm gonna knock them out so they stop struggling.
Oh my gosh.
That's a sentence. That's a sentence.
Okay.
Anyway, do I have to roll damage or anything like that, or it just works, or?
So they're already quite weak at this point. They've kind of been in this fire for as long as it's been burning. So if you want to knock them out, it would be pretty easy. But yeah, what's your unarmed strike?
Good question. My unarmed strike is 3 damage of bludgeoning.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we'll say you knock them out. They've been inhaling smoke for gosh knows how long. So
Nice. And I'll turn to Zephyrin and kind of like aggressively point to the window.
Okay, yeah, Zephyr's gonna come in with her hammer and smash the window open.
Right.
okay.
I'm going to pick up the body, and I'm going to poke my head out the window. And yeah, I'm going to yell out. It's like, Geronimo, and just throw him out.
Okay.
Maybe gently lower them as far down as possible.
I'm on time here.
You are on the second floor, but yeah, you just kind of toss them out the window.
Gently, I guess.
Okay.
Safely down to Kadaj.
Do Elodius or I see this happening?
You do.
A window
gave him the
smash
warning.
and just a body jettisoned from the.
So
Gave him the warning. I said Geronimo.
So, the rooms the windows for the rooms face either way. So on the left side, the side that you guys were on, it's facing the ocean, the cliff overhanging the sea. And then on the right side is towards town more, and you're at the front of the building. So you just kind of see the body go flying out. You didn't really see that it was Rob. So due to your position, I guess, Elodius, you're in the back of the building, staying.
Yeah, I'm in the back of the buildings. I'm using Aldrin as a chair.
Okay.
He can't go anywhere then.
Kadaj, you were standing at the front of the building, just kind of like watching over, standing with the crowd. Okay. Of course, info immediately imprints onto you. It's just like, hey, that's pretty crazy. So he's just kind of standing with you.
I just don't respond to him.
Yeah, you see the body come up, but due to where you're standing, you have no clue that it was Rob doing it. A couple of the people from the crowd rush over to like assess the situation. You just hear, "Oh God, she's dead," but no.
Oh my God! For a split second there.
So we'll go back to Salazar. You opened you're standing in front of door number 5. This is all happening at the same time, so we're not going to take any time off the clock. You good, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm listening into the door.
You don't hear anything over the crackling of the fire.
Do I hear more screams coming from down the hallway?
You don't hear any more screams after the body went through the window.
Body hit the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard smash and then nothing, which is almost more concerning than fire.
I don't know.
Is the timer still going?
The timer, I'm not unpausing it because I feel like Salazar would react in real time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is Ryan assessing the situation.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I don't want.
We're not suffocating while
No.
Ryan
Yeah,
takes it over.
Yeah, we don't hear anybody, so I don't know. I think...
Real quick though, Zephyr, you can feel that your chest is starting to get tight. Rob, you as well, because you've been here for like almost 2 minutes, and you've been here for just over a minute at this point. So you're over your halfway point for both of you. Salazar,
can I stick my head out the window and take a really good?
the smoke is kind of all going out at that point right now.
Billowing in the
Like-
smoke.
Yeah, like that's the worst place to put your head,
Dang. All right.
rather than the fire itself, I guess. Sorry, that was.
Just thought I should ask, just in
I
case.
think I want to roll a d20.
Okay. Let the fates decide.
Yeah, odd. I don't go in. Okay, I open the door.
You open the door.
Yeah, and I didn't
Okay.
see Zephyrin before, so I wouldn't know about the oxygen.
Yeah. So as it shifts, the flames try their best to come out the door. They burst in on you for a total of 5 fire damage.
Okay.
As you're kind of like engulfed in the flames, you take a step back. After the door opens, it settles down a little bit. The smoke is rushing out from the room, making the hallway like a little bit thicker, harder to breathe in. And you, first thing you see is somebody sleeping on the bed inside.
Tight. I want to rush over, and I don't even think I would like try to wake them up or anything. I think I would just like grab them and just lift them up and carry them. And I'm not gonna throw them out the window, so I'm gonna just try to run them back out through the hallway and down the stairs.
Okay, so I'm going to continue the timer now. Just to clarify, Salazar has just entered the room and is now rushing out with somebody draped over his shoulder. Rob, you and Zephyrin have just saved that person. Kadaj and Elodius are standing watching. We're going to continue the timer and let me know what you guys do and how you're reacting.
Bobbles.
Bobbles, okay, you're running to your room.
Back to task.
Back to the bobbles. She can't hear any more screaming, right? So.
No. there
Okay,
is
her
no-
conscience is good then. She's going for the bobbles.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the nearest door that's I know wasn't occupied by any of the party, that or could be opened. Or,
Okay.
You know what I mean.
Zephyrin, you would see me carrying somebody that's unconscious though.
Fine.
She's totally aware of that fact.
Okay.
It's
So
okay.
at this point, the fire is raging more. You guys are feeling a lot more heat. Like those of you with sweat glands are sweating. It's getting harder to breathe, and you can feel the tightness in your chest at this point. So Zephyrin especially needs to
Yeah,
make a
she's
decision.
essentially she's going to grab the baubles and then jump herself over the banister onto the floor and leave the building. That's the succession of events I would like to happen.
Okay. So you open the door the same way, cautiously bash it in, which sounds like an oxymoron. But and then Rob, at this point, it's been over a minute. Your chest is feeling really tight. The peripherals of your vision are a little bit hazier. You kind of pinpoint, or kind of have to like this pin focus on your line of vision. What is it you want to do?
I just want to open the nearest door near me as fast as I can, and if there's nothing in there, I'm gonna get the hell out of there, and then probably
The nearest doors to you, like I said, the fire is growing, so it'd be further back. Two of the doors, or four of the doors now have been opened, and two are completely engulfed in flames. So,
Okay, then I'll run out of the building first, really quick, then try to get a breath of fresh air, and then go right back in.
okay, so the three of you run out. A bit more of a crowd has started to build around the building as it's starting to burn. The smoke is growing thicker. People are trying to like do a head count and see where everybody is. There's a great deal of people looking over the body you had thrown out the window, and Info is just chatting Kadaj's ear off at this point. So a couple people rush over to, hey, Kyle has a cat.
Good cat.
Which cat is that? Wait, no, we're playing a game. And then, so Salazar, you have the body of your shoulder. A couple people rush over to you as you like lay it down, and they start to like aid the body. You guys start gasping and coughing as you, especially Salazar and Zephyrin, have never really like encountered fire before, I'd assume, at this point, as you guys are new to the surface.
She's like encountered like a fireplace before, like a small fire, but
Yeah.
never like a.
Yeah.
And like a torch.
So
Why would they put all this here?
as we set the bodies down and I see Rob getting ready to run back in, I want to grab his arm and stop him.
Okay.
And I want to turn to the crowd and say, "Are there more?"
The Info just kind of looks up at you and says, like, I think I got everybody out before I slipped.
You missed two.
My bad.
All right, someone capable, give me a head count before I run in there to my death.
The waitress from before looks over to you. Is like, I think that's everybody. It happened so fast. So
Then I don't run back in.
Yeah, I think I stay.
Yeah.
a lot of this game is just us telling Eddie not to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't blow
Yeah.
that up. Don't break that.
I'm a man of action.
We'll think about our consequences after.
Yeah.
I want now that we're like pretty set that no one else is inside. I want to look back at Rob and say, basement.
Yeah, really, in character, and then yeah, and go immediately towards the basement as fast as I can before any cult buttholes get there.
We just learned that Rob is a huge dork. So,
No, we learned that last time when he knew the Naruto stuff.
oh yeah, I forgot I did that on a camera.
All right.
Just to clarify, I only learned that to make fun of other nerds. I don't watch anime.
Somehow it made you the biggest nerd.
Hey, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, you really need to worry about people seeing you as a nerd while you're, dungeon mastering for a live stream.
Literal
Yeah.
arm covered in World of Warcraft characters.
Hey, that's only this arm. This one's from Terraria. So,
Yeah.
His chest
so
piece is
her.
also World of
Mm.
Warcraft.
We go to the
What's up?
basement.
Yeah, we can do that.
okay.
Blow up the orb and save the day.
Okay, so the building is growing much, much more intense, I guess. for
More
lack of
on
better words.
fire.
It's becoming more fire than building at this point, and it's starting to like crumble at different parts of the building, like the overhang edge of like the roof is like starting to fall down. As you make your way around the back, you see that not that any of you are fire experts or firefighters, but that's where the fire is like thickest. It's most intense there, and you believe that that could have been with the point where it started.
We think it started in the basement.
No, just around the back. That's where
Oh,
the
okay,
fire is
okay.
the thickest. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Where's the basement?
So, you guys want to go through the flames in order to try and get to the basement?
Oh. Fuck. Yeah.
Okay. So as you get closer, as close as you can comfortably, you see that the garden surrounding the cellar has been very much disturbed, like uprooted almost, and that the cellar door has been impacted. There's dirt over top of where it was.
All right, I'm going to like send the magic to my hand, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast that dirt pile.
Like the general area?
Yeah, try to get an opening.
But weren't we trying to blow up this orb? Does it matter if it catches on fire?
No, the orb itself is on fire. I thought that like there was like they're trying to like cave it in so that way we can't get to it.
I mean, we
No?
could wait till the fire's gone to try and get in then.
Or
The
I can blow
lava.
it up.
Or
If I
the
blow up the fire.
or the
Okay.
fire is a diversion, and they're down there right now trying to buy themselves time.
Exactly. I'm gonna get
Okay.
my way into that basement one way.
So, real
So
quick,
you think they're suffocating in a basement so they can trick us?
Right?
so real
Heat
quick.
rises though, right? Heat and
Hey,
smoke
there you
rise.
go.
The basement might be the safest place right now.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I blow it up with Eldritch Blast.
So that being said, there's a building on fire. You want to get to the basement. It looks like it was disturbed beforehand. The shrubbery and all of the plants around were torn up, and there's dirt impacted over the spot where it once was. I think now we should probably go to break while you guys think about what your next course of action is. Yeah?
That's fine.
So,
Yeah,
all right.
Blast the shit out of it still.
All right. Well, you do what you got to do, buddy. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're going to take this time to take a quick break. So we'll be back in, let's say, 15 minutes.
15? What?
5? I don't know. Last time we took 15. I guess last time it wasn't live. Yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Is
What
5
do you wanna
minutes?
do, Ryan?
5 minutes good,
Take
everybody? How much time
Alright.
does everyone need? 5 good? Do you need 10?
I want
Sounds
to eat
good.
this wrap. I don't know. I just gotta do that.
5 is good, I think.
5 is good.
5 is good.
All right.
Okay,
so
we'll be back in 5 minutes, which apparently is way more reasonable.
okay, we'll be right back.
Gosh, say when.
No, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you that we're when right now.
Oh, well, you probably should, because my Twitch is loading and the other. Hey, we're back!
Your fridge is loading.
My Twitch is loading. That's the thing we're streaming on.
Oh,
Get with it, Ryan.
there's a 20-second delay, so you'd be sitting there waiting for another 20 seconds before you realized it.
Which is fine. They could have just, I don't know. Hey, we're back.
Yeah.
So just to recap really quick, there's around the back of the building that is currently on fire as they're trying to find a way into the cellar below. Previously, in another session, they had found in the cellar some dead bodies and a strange glowing purple orb that turned Sal into Salazar,
No
the
big-
Eldritch.
No big deal. Just a dead body. It's a glowing orb that does vain things.
It's called Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, like, those two things in and of itself are pretty crazy. So, but yeah, so they turned him into this Eldritch Horror that you see before you. It has now been obviously disturbed as to try to slow their ability to re-enter the cellar. And now I believe Eddie was saying he wants to, and I quote, blast the shit out of it.
Blast the dirt. Blast it.
That's technical terminology right there.
Yeah,
That's-
blast the dirt. I'm gonna do repelling blast while I'm at it, if I'm using the correct word. God. No,
I just want-
repelling blast. And I mean, I also have agonizing blast, which I don't know if it happens all at once. I have never played
I
Warlock.
think those just stack. I don't know if, I mean, once you
They're
have
just-
those
they just
selected,
stack.
I think that those like all encompass your
I think so
Eldritch
as
Blast
well,
now.
but I thought I should mention it just in case.
I mean, you do what you gotta do. So, I gotta figure out how attacking the dirt works real quick. Yeah, so you blast.
I think
What did they say?
Eldritch Blast is just a force cantrip.
Yeah, it's
so
a
I think
cantrip, yeah.
he's basically just trying to blow it off with like a big force cannon.
He's digging with magic. I get that. I'm just wondering how effective that is. And like, I guess that's up to me. So, yeah, let's do it.
It's very effective, and you know what?
Yeah.
It looks cool as hell.
Yeah, yeah, I thought so.
What does your Eldritch Blast look like?
Yeah, describe the situation. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it works, but you have to describe exactly what happens to me. Like,
I'm gonna have, like,
you're the one casting
3
the
A
spell.
hours.
big hand
Next-
comes out and snuffs like
Yeah,
a
3
candle.
hours
It's
of
like,
me describing it. Here we come. So pretty much what's gonna happen is like dark red energy, kind of like forms like from my hand as the like runes on the sword glow, and like Iron Man style like blast it out of my hand, into the dirt. If that's big
Question:
red- Yeah.
Answer.
The runes on your sword, are they always present, or do they only show up when you do things?
They're always present, but they shine when I do things.
Shine or glow?
That's the same word.
Well,
They're not
it's
the
not.
same.
It's
They're
not the same.
word.
That's
I
a
mean, two-
synonym.
Edward.
I like-
That's a synonym.
So, question: the runes on his sword, are they similar to the runes that are on the pedestal in the forest?
No, they are different. Do you want to describe them, Rob?
the way you say that doesn't make me
No,
believe you.
different.
I would say that looks like I'm trying to like literal runes like I know that like runes exist in our world, like there's like a language and stuff about it. I can't remember details at all because I didn't think much about it, but they're essentially like random like symbols that look like a written out language on the sword.
What language?
Beats me.
Is it a language any of us can speak?
Beats me.
Is it undercommon?
But what language is it?
Actually, Sylvan. I've been reading it the whole time.
That depends. What languages do you guys speak?
Common, deep speech, elvish, infernal, or common.
Why do
You
you
speak
know deep
Infernal?
speech? You know infernal and deep speech?
I
had
have
to
deep
pick.
speech and primordial.
Who are
You know,
people?
Infernal just tell it fire stuff.
Is it any of those things?
Yeah, Eddie.
Dude, I literally okay. Hold on. I can't even
Do you even know what the
That makes it
runes
sound
say
like it's one of
yourself,
those-
Eddie?
Well, hang
No.
on, hang on. Point of order though. Is Kadash with us?
I think I would have followed you guys
Yeah,
to the back.
Kadash
after
would've
seeing
followed
all
you.
Dip out
Okay.
to get
Elodius
away
is,
from info.
Elodius is still sitting about 40 feet back, sitting on the unconscious body. Is he just kind of like waves in the
Just
background?
taking notes.
I'm keeping an eye out, but I do fully have like sheets of paper in my hand. I'm using my quill.
What are you writing?
Well, you know, stuff.
His
Okay,
poem.
cool. Just making sure you're prepared. Well, you have to ask him for the poem in game. So
Don't tell me what to
anyways,
do, Dad.
I'm not your dad. You're older than me.
Age is a construct.
Or a legal thing. So you guys are by fire, as we previously discussed. Sure is hot as heck. You speak Infernal. Why didn't you just tell the fire to stop? I tried making that joke earlier, but people were talking over me.
No, we heard you. We
Sorry.
just didn't think it was funny.
Yeah, I ignore you.
Yeah,
All right,
I get
so
that.
so
Yeah,
Rob
I'm
Rob
not a
does this
rogue, I
really
can't
cool
do that,
force
so.
thing.
Oh, okay, right. Sorry, what were you saying?
Rob does this really cool force thing. Did you finish
Yeah, so-
describing it? Or did I interrupt?
Yeah, what happens to the dirt around it? What's your goal with your Iron Man hands?
Well,
Your words.
yeah, I'm in blast is my words. If we gotta be technical, no. I was thinking either, well, like there is like, so I'm thinking, okay, so if it's dirt and behind that is like, you know, the stairway, like so make it like it's essentially hollow, it would just blast right through, and like the hole would appear. If it's not like that, it would be the dirt explodes up. It depends on what.
So
happens,
it's
like
would be dirt
actually the-
and then the doors presumably shut with the dirt on top.
okay,
of it,
so now
is what you would think. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I would just assume I just blast a hole straight through.
Okay. So you blast the hole through, kind of startles the fire around it. It's just kind of shake and quiver to the magic as you now leave this entrance below you back into this wine cellar. I'm going to sneeze. I can feel it. It's going to come real soon. So.
How much is there? Like a lot of fire down in the basement, or is there like? Because there was a stone ceiling, right, when we were down
Yeah.
there.
There is no fire in the basement from what you can see looking down into it. Though it is a dark hall, you can't see any light. There's no real like smoke in there either.
So we need to bring the fire to the basement.
Yes. Put some in a bottle, bring it down. I'm going to sneeze so soon.
I go in the basement.
Okay, so
Same.
you descend the staircase. Just as before, you can't really see anything until you get to the bottom of the staircase. When you got to the bottom of the stairs, you would see the light emanating from the orb, that faint purple glow leading into the end of the hall, and lighting up the entire room with its presence. Now you see nothing.
So it's gone.
It is gone. Before you, Salazar, you have dark vision, correct?
No, I think I'm the only one that
I do.
doesn't.
You do. Okay, sorry.
I dug for another level.
I wanna turn before like we leave the light of the outside. I want to turn to Rob and say, "Light, please."
I cast the light cantrip on my sword.
Cool. So it does it glow or does it shine?
It
Gosh,
shines.
it
It
doesn't
shines.
matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm just curious for specifics. So your now shining sword, just clarifying, it's illuminating the room around you. Going into it, you see the same desk that previously had all the journals on it. The journals were journals of Thalen's travels before. Those are all missing. The 3 bodies are still there. And the silver and gold arches that once held the purple orb are now knocked over, and the orb is missing.
As soon as I see it, like, you know, the whole situation, Rob was kind of just sighed himself. I knew it. I knew it. We took way too long. I guess alternative style. It's like, all right, we should probably either investigate, maybe left tracks. I don't know. What do you think? Like, try to see if we can hopefully catch up to them. Maybe if we have enough time.
I don't answer right away. I want to walk in and look to see if the bodies are still in like the drawers or wherever they were.
They're exactly where you guys had left them.
Okay, so they kind of just. Can I roll an investigation or a perception, whichever works for you? To like maybe see like any footprints or any sign that I can perhaps figure out the direction other than the obvious out the room it went, or maybe a secret door. I don't know. Anything I can roll for that, or
You can roll investigation if you're looking for If you tell me exactly what you're looking for, then yeah.
Perhaps footprints or anything that's maybe out of place that would point to a sign that they're moving in a certain direction. Mostly footprints, though. That if I have to be super specific.
Sure. Roll investigation.
Okay. Oh, it's -1. That is unfortunate. And I not one. Hey.
Yeah.
Yes.
it.
And that one.
A
So
0.
that is a 0.
Yeah. You're just kind of like crazy. We'll never know. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Okay.
Jen brings up a good point. Can you explain to us how the bioluminescent bauble at the end of your head works?
So, okay, it's kind of a spoiler though, but
You could just say it in fewer words.
he can't use it yet. I'm assuming this new change, he hasn't really figured out how all of his things work yet. That's just the flavor text for why he can't do anything at level 2.
So
We
is there
haven't found
anything?
the on switch yet.
Yeah.
Right.
The on switch within is confidence.
He's
So
got to sit in water like a potato for a little bit before we can get it to turn on.
he has to grow like a dead body, right, Zephyr? So he just from this picture you have of him, what is there anything else aside from like the glow that isn't there that just for the sake of like playing the character and us knowing kind of how he works? The glow isn't there. Anything else like the fins are all there? Like
No,
the teeth,
everything's there. The only thing that doesn't work is the lighting on.
Okay, cool. Just wondering.
Turning on.
Both, either.
Well,
Yeah.
it shines.
Turning on implies electricity, I think, or like activation. Doesn't matter. I just
Some
wanted
sort
to,
of stimulation. I think
Yeah.
that's the direction we're going.
I don't like that word for it.
Will you stimulate my dangly?
Oh no.
Here we go.
Nice.
Is that anything? Does that do anything for you? I don't know. Anyway,
It does more than it should.
I
So
leave and I go stand in the fire.
So,
All right,
Yeah. Go ahead.
I got nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it. Doo-doo-boop-a-doo. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as I fail that, like a clown, I guess I'll turn to Sal and be like, "Well, there's no sign of him. I guess the only direction they could have possibly went was up the stairs and out in some random direction. I don't know.
Ulrin, Faye.
In scale of 1 to 20, 0 is how sure I am.
It's your scale. Why'd you choose that one?
No, I don't know. So yeah, Faye or Alwyn or Alrin.
How many Rens? All of them. All Ren.
Yeah,
There you go.
Alrin. Yeah, I know. My tongue.
Great.
I want to leave this group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
See you, Ryan.
Anyway,
Hey, so
let's
we
go to
currently
Faye's
have an
house.
opening for a new player.
Let's go to Faye's house. That's our best bet for
Okay.
clues.
All right, so you guys leave the burning building, or at least the basement of it. You guys have Alrin unconscious over at the back, a bunch of townspeople kind of like gathering around, unsure what to do about the fire before them. And you have a couple directions you want to go. You want to see Faye. You have a vague idea of where her house is. They pointed it out to you 2 sessions ago, I believe. And yeah, so what is it you guys want to do? You guys regroup outside the burning building.
Yeah.
Elodius is still sitting on his body writing his notes.
Elodius, did you write a poem yet?
None
You don't
of
know it.
died. I don't need to include like a death thing in there for any of you. Did you do anything particularly heroic? I mean, I only have something for the start of running into the building right now.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I saw a body animate and fly out of a window.
Crazy.
Did see
No,
someone
yeah.
fly out a window. I wasn't sure if someone threw them or if they just went, I can't take this anymore, and dived.
Yeah, no, we went to the basement. There was like 50 guys, and then we beat them all. That's what happened.
As much
Oh,
as I love this
There were 50
storytelling,
guys in the basement.
Yeah, and we beat them up. Yep. single-handedly.
As much as I
I
love the
do
storytelling,
that.
I think we should go.
Yeah, we need to
Oh,
go
that's
to Faye's
probably
house.
true.
Yeah, that was only a ruse, a big old joke.
Point on that. Do we know where Faye lives?
We did get directions actually.
That way.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
she
Got a white picket fence.
when
It's a great house.
we first talked to her, she pointed out where she lived before her and Alrin left the ceremony.
Yeah, so we should probably drag this loser and go there. Or, no, actually, no, I don't trust any of these people. Just drag this loser to Faye's house and try to see if we can find any more of his friends.
As he says drag him, I just pick him up.
So you guys are going to be walking through town with Alrin in order to get to the residential area in the town.
Are we? Do we want a weekend at Bernie's him? Like,
I don't get it.
It's a movie.
I mean, I don't know, like, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, if we're just like over the shoulder or literally dragging a corpse. I mean, he's not dead. He's taking a good nap right now.
I should have let you guys do that. I don't know why
Yeah.
why I intervened there. That would have been hilarious.
Right.
Just my common sense came out.
Maybe we wait. Our friends here aren't very helpful with no magic.
Oh, that was loud in my head.
That was very loud.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
What a snap.
Yeah. Okay, so do you think we should like rest before we go to Faye's house?
But where?
Right. Our only
Is it
place
fire?
Yeah, the place we were sleeping is currently I just gotta point at it. Unavailable.
I mean, I'm used to sleeping on the floor, just the bare ground, grass, and all that. I mean, if anyone's game, I just start laying down right there. It's like, I mean, good night, everybody.
Like right next to the burning inn?
In-
No,
warm and cozy.
I mean, yeah.
I wanna look
we'll-
back
we'll
towards-
be warm here, but I feel like I feel like maybe someone will still come around here and see him if we're just, a 30-second walk from the most noteworthy thing in town at the moment.
I look back to the group of people and say, info.
Eh.
He might know where to stay.
Unfortunately, I think he's our. I mean, I don't know if trust is the right word here, but
He's our best bet.
yeah.
I don't mean to sound insensitive, but I feel like he might like your guys' skin even better right now. Salazar, Zephyrin, you smell delicious.
What a thing to say.
You're cooked
Oh.
fish.
Got it.
It's okay. It took me weeks to get salmon fillet. Like, I got it recently, so.
We can feed him Alrin's skin if he desires.
What would he get from that? Auron's not like nothing special.
He
Cowardice.
doesn't need to know that.
Fair enough.
I like this little shade cellar. Okay, so the plan is to go back into the crowd and retrieve info. Literally.
Probably not. Maybe just one of us goes. We'll stay here. Go get info.
Who's he not taking skin from?
I mean, me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone I can like
Disguise as
change
a
like
waitress.
into quick, so that
Disguise-
that like isn't so it's gonna draw attention.
Well, you're
Disguise
still
as-
wearing Aura's clothes.
Disguise as
Yeah,
a waitress.
yeah,
to-
but some people know that he's dead.
Yeah.
disguise as a waitress that he was, talking to, and then
Why don't you
pretend
just-
you're interested in the conversation, or be yourself, pretend to be.
And hit
Turn into one of those guys that helped us with the boat, like Lou or Gaia or whatever.
Yep.
Also, alternatively, you were all seen like a minute ago, and we're 30-second walk again away from the crowd of people. I don't think we need disguises.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I'll make my way back over that way and look for info to see if he's still over there, chatting up someone else, ruining their life.
So as you approach, like the crowd has become much more full, I guess. There's a lot more people there now crowding around, and there's some people trying to run down to the docks to get buckets of water, ultimately ineffective towards the fire itself. Well, Info just kind of stands there chatting up the exact same waitress who was talking to him before.
So I go up and I'm like, Info, can I borrow you for a second? I need your help with something.
Geez, I always got time for you, big buddy. What do you need?
Let's go talk over here. And I try to like eye contact the waitress, be like, you're welcome. Just like,
she's like looking so concerned, just like the worst thing to happen to her today was not her place of employment burning down. You know,
we're on the same page, right? I know, I get it.
So she kind of like backs away, like, and kind of like disappears into the crowd, like that Homer Simpson meme.
I hold his attention long enough for her just to fade into the crowd and disappear.
It's like, let me just say goodbye to my. Yep, I'm free. So.
Yeah, so I kind of head back over to the group with Info. Unfortunately, coming along with.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah,
oh,
there. Thanks, Dad.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for. So he starts walking towards you and just being like, "What a crazy day!" Starts off with me and my new best friends just trying to figure out some riddles, and it ends with me drowning 3 times. So it just continues talking to you as you approach the group.
Yep. I think as we get a little bit closer and away from like eye shot from the group, I kind of like grab him and drag him to go to the group faster. Be like, "We're going now."
He's very much taken aback by your aggressive stance. He doesn't really know how to handle it, so he's just kind of like dragging forward, just like, "Oh, geez, you're in a hurry." So you make it back to the group. He's standing there, just like, "Hey, everybody's here. He looks different." Pointing towards Alrin.
Of course, not pointing towards Sal. Of course.
He already said that about Sal. It's like that's a weird place to nap when he knows that his home, his place of business, is on fire.
Info, do you have somewhere that we could post up for the night? We were all staying here, and that isn't really an option right now.
Generally, I'll just stay at the warmest alley I can find, but there might not be enough room for all of us.
Do you know of anywhere a little bit more discreet than that?
Well, they stopped letting people stay in the church recently. They used to have people there all the time, taking in people in the lower levels, but...
I mean, really, real discreet. And I motioned back to Aura, and I'm like, we don't really want people to know that we have him? I guess, I don't know how we want to approach this, but...
What an obscure and ominous thing to say that I will not question any further.
Yeah. Like I said, we're trying to be discreet. Yeah.
All right,
Words.
So, I mean, have you considered camping out for the night? And just points towards the forest.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all the answer I needed. Glad I could be of service.
Lord.
And next time you got some skin for me, I'll be around to help you out further.
See, I already knew the answer all along.
So, Rob, he puts his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, "If it weren't for your skin, I don't think I would have been strong enough to survive that. I owe you a life debt."
You're welcome.
So,
can we use that? Can we use that life debt for you to
Yeah,
help us find somewhere else to stay for the night?
Life debt.
yeah, write that in your equipment.
Here I go.
How much gold is that worth? Probably none, because he doesn't use currency. So
no, exactly.
No, you sell his life debt to somebody else, so he owes someone else a life debt.
They are non-exchangeable. They bind to account. So.
Yeah, he's already imprinted. We're good.
So, he doesn't have an answer for you. It's kind of like, to sleep on the ground, princess. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, called it.
You're an adventurer. Where else do you sleep?
The inn, that's on fire, but can't
The water, actually. We could go swimming. I'll go sleep down there.
Yeah, that's
Info's life
100%.
debt is in my equipment now.
Nice.
I mean, I don't have a better answer than what Zephyrin just said. I could definitely sleep in the water. That's for sure. For sure,
Your
safe
natural
there.
habitat.
No chance of fire in there.
Right.
Really, just go. I'm gonna go to the forest, have myself a little spot, lay down. It's like, all right, night, everybody.
Hey,
Melodious,
I'm just curious what we're gonna do with the unconscious guy while we're all going to sleep.
Let's.
Should we bury
Sounds
him
like-
in the ground?
No,
maybe.
he'll
No.
die.
Zephyrin, why would you do that? Then he'd come back stronger than ever. As far as
What if we hang him on a tree while in the net? No,
Nope. That's
not what I don't.
That's not
no.
good. Nope.
No, I mean no. Look, we put a rope at the end of the net to keep it closed. Like, you know, everyone watch Star Wars.
Do you mean like if
So are we keeping our food away from bears while
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
camping? Is that what
exactly
we're doing right now? with
Exactly.
Alrin?
That's what I would. Yes.
All right, I'm down with
For
that
safety,
plan.
right.
That's sick.
Okay.
totally
Yeah.
safety.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, he doesn't have any daggers or anything to cut rope on him, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can't gnaw his way through.
Okay, yeah,
Human
I'm in
teeth.
with that.
Yeah.
We'll check his body when we find a place to sleep.
Okay, so Info's like, so where are we headed?
Oh no. You did this, Kadash.
Technically, someone else told him to go get him.
Yeah, but Kadash did it.
That's true.
You know what, Info? I don't know if we need your help anymore. You gave us some invaluable information about where we can stay, and I think that's all we need for now. They might actually need you back at the inn to help keep tally of people.
Ah, guys, you know what? I'd rather be with you guys. Come on, follow me. I know a great tree we could go to. And starts
Oh,
leading the way into the forest.
Have you eaten any skin of something that doesn't sleep?
He stops in his tracks and turns around. He's just like, keep talking.
No, I don't mean I don't. I'm asking if you don't sleep. Because if you don't sleep, then, I mean, we'd have a great use for you being able to stay up all night and keep watch.
His eyes just kind of like glaze over. He's like, do you have skin for me or not?
I don't have skin for you. I was asking.
Then
if
what are you wasting my time for? To the tree.
wanted-
And he starts marching into the forest.
As he marches, I kind of like motion everyone back to like stop and be like,
Oh, the tree though.
It probably is a good tree.
let him.
He is persistent. He's still walking. He has not looked back.
Wherever he's going, I start motioning to walk a different direction than where Info is going.
Aw.
No,
Poor
he's our
Info.
friend.
Let him go.
That's so cruel.
Yeah, it's pretty ruthless, but I respect it. So what do you guys do? Kadaj is like, absolutely not. Info's like, come on, let's go. What do you guys do?
I
You
go
gotta make-
not that direction into the woods and go a different direction.
Okay, do you follow the guy who showed you where the body bin was, where they're hiding in the wine cellar? Or do you follow the guy who imprinted on your group in order to get a free meal?
I want to stay with the fan favorite. But
So we
but-
ditch Kadaj. Let's do it.
but I also want to wait to see where Rob goes.
Rob.
Okay. Well,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do the right thing, and I also want to see this tree.
Curious
So I'm-
about the really good tree.
Yeah, and it could be such a high enough tree where we could totally bear trap the I don't know the correct words because I was gonna say hang. I don't want to use that word anymore.
Suspend.
Suspend. Thank God.
Suspend
Thank
Alrin.
you. Oh my God. Suspend Alrin. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God,
buddy.
not Dane, the one who
No,
answered your prayers.
No. Screw Dane. No.
Okay, no, I'll wander in the woods by myself. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna follow Info because I don't want to be a mean person.
So we'll start following Info, and I'll say, Kadaj, we must stay together.
I think at that point, I'm realizing that they'd unfortunately rather follow him than me and be like,
It's not personal. It's not.
okay.
He's
I mean,
our
for all we
best
know.
bet.
Take
For all we know,
D8
you're
damage
actually
to your
Info in a
self-esteem.
costume.
So,
Oh, it hurts deep, but
yeah.
as I catch up with him, and I'll just mention as a side note, I'm like, I'm not giving him my skin. doing it.
That's okay. We
Not
we
doing
can't trust anyone else.
It's a sad day then.
It's
Yeah.
your ride or die.
Okay.
All right.
How's this tree looking?
Yeah,
So he
DM,
starts-
come on.
He starts leading. I wanted to make sure you guys were good. Okay, so you start making your way through the forest, walking a familiar path, and he's leading you back to a similar area to where you were before. You're starting to kind of like recognize, like, this is where we went to find him in the first place. And you end up passing it. The torches at this point had been blown out, are no longer burning, and Info just kind of walks by it to a point of familiarity. Like, he just ignores it. It's a white noise to him in the background as he just kind of focuses like straight, like beeline towards the tree that he mentioned previously.
Info, how far away is this tree?
We're at a good halfway point right about now.
That's okay. The farther, the better.
So you guys continue your trek through the forest. Anything you want to ask Info on your journeys? Anything you guys want to note
Nope.
before you get there? Okay, so he finally stops. He gets up to this big base of a tree. There's nothing that really distinguishes it from the other ones around it, but he just starts kind of like feeling up the bark, like knocking on it. He's like, "This is the one."
Oh, it's glory. It's better than I could possibly imagine.
You should see it on the inside. And then
What?
he like pushes into it, and there's like a hollowed out door. So it's probably about, I don't know how radius works or diameter, but one of them. So around as a circle, it's probably about like 15 feet around. You could comfortably fit no one in it because it's a tree, but 3 bodies could go in there. And he just kind of like huddles up like it's a standing coffin, just like, what are you waiting for? Get in.
I put Allred in there with him.
I agree with
I
that.
don't think
Yeah.
I am going to go inside the tree.
Well, suit yourself. And he just kind of like snuggles up inside it.
So before we close the door on them, I do want to pat Alrin down and check him over.
So he doesn't necessarily have anything noteworthy on him. He has a couple silver pieces in a pouch, just his boots and like commoner clothes.
No weapons, no scripture.
No, nothing else on him.
I'm going to lay down, like, okay, I'm gonna have my back laying on the entrance of the tree after it's closed, so that way if it opens, I'll be alerted.
Okay.
Fall in.
That, well, I was thinking that it opens outward, not inward, but
Yeah.
yes, if it does do that, then yes, fall in.
I mean, either way, he'll definitely be alerted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be alerted one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly. I'll know if something's up.
Now I want to look at Elodius and say, tie him up.
And I don't
Tie
have any rope.
who up?
Alrin. Rob.
I-
Alrin. Tie Alrin up.
Yeah, I
I
was
was
gonna say, like,
asking for rope earlier. I don't have any.
I thought he was still in the net.
What? I don't think we
actually
never even put him in the net.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
I
But
think
They were-
I'm just still holding the net. I think it's just been like.
This whole time just carrying it around.
use the net.
They
Okay.
are ignoring its utilitarian purposes and just carrying him around.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like the idea of dragging him in the net on the floor and get all scruffed up. That'd been funny. Anyway.
Would have been, but
Yeah.
no. Salazar was carrying him, threw him on the
Yeah.
ground. Elodius sat on him for a good, I don't know, 15 minutes, and then they picked him back up and started walking through the forest again.
Yeah. That's fair. Let's put him in the net now.
Okay.
All right.
Do my best to take
Have
the
it back.
take the net and do my best. I'm hesitating because this is my sleeping blanket, but I do my best to tangle up his hands at least. It's definitely big enough to cover his whole body, but I want to tangle up his hands as much as I can, and then with the leftover, like put his legs through the holes of it, and just really bind him up, gum up the works, if you will.
Very nice.
And
All
then
right.
I want to look at info and say, whatever he tells you, whatever he promises you, ignore him or else.
He's
Why
like,
don't we just gag him?
Kinky.
Okay.
I mean, if we don't want him to talk.
I back up and I say, be my guest.
what do you put in his mouth?
That's a good question.
Okay.
I mean, I have rope.
What?
Guy only asked that like
Dude.
30 times. I'm willing to bet.
The rest of the group looks at you furious.
I'm willing to bet you're not the only person with rope in your inventory.
If
I-
looking
I
at my
definitely have
inventory,
rope,
like
too.
I've got rope.
You
I-
have rope?
I checked. I didn't think I have it. Let me check again.
I say, will you please use your rope so I can have my blanket?
I mean, you want to re-untangle him?
Very much so, yes.
Okay, yeah, we can use my rope. And then she's gonna like wind him from like the bottom to the top, and then use a bit in his mouth. He's just like
Just kind of like hog tie him.
No,
The
she's like a
second-
like a mummy, just
Like a-
not
like a
toilet
mummy.
paper.
He's like cocooned in rope.
Yeah.
The second she finishes, I'm really gonna like turn her. It's like you're not gonna mention you had rope this entire time.
I actually just checked other people's inventory, and Kadaj and Sal both also have rope.
You guys are the worst.
There's
Why don't you
150
have
feet of
rope?
I
in
have
this
no
party.
idea. I just don't.
Actually, I'm
Most,
gonna go
most
ahead
starting
and
stuff
say,
has rope in it. Like,
Yeah,
To
Eddie
be-
never did his starting inventory because he has just weapons and common clothes.
yeah.
So I
And
think
that's
that's
how
kind
I
of
like it.
I think that's kind of fitting to Eddie's character due to his backstory. He's not so much of an adventurer as he is like a retired soldier.
he is just ill prepared.
Yeah.
Right?
how
I
I
feel like
like it.
he would have preparations if he was a soldier.
But that's the thing is he was
Yeah.
always like he was like with a military of some sort, so he was always given things. So he would never have to be like, oh, I guess I need to go get my rope from the shop teller. You don't know what you don't need.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't see, based on his entire backstory, a point where he would be like, "Oh yes, I have rope on me." Like, there were other if anything, there's other people to do that. That was their specialty and not his.
I don't know why I'm defending Eddie for the first time ever, but for some reason I'll die on this hill for you.
Alright, well,
Thanks. Appreciate you.
I'll tell you to shut up in the next 15 minutes or so, probably. And we'll
Oh,
round it
okay.
out. Yeah, we'll round it out.
Okay, yeah.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, no, I just don't have rope.
Yeah, so I have 50 feet of rope, so it should probably be enough to mummify Alrin.
Yeah.
I would hope
So he's 49 feet tall, as I was saying, and
So it just goes once.
yeah.
Okay, so we rest after we settle that.
Okay, that's it. You guys just all fall asleep.
I mean, if anyone
Yep.
else wants to do anything, I
I
don't care.
bust out my bedroll, I set it up,
Hmm.
and I
also
get all
have a
cozy.
bedroll.
I lay on the ground like an animal.
Bedroll
I'm
time.
going to shove all of my valuables into the pouch I keep strapped to my inner thigh under my skirt. No
Alright.
one's finding my stuff. I'm not getting robbed in my sleep.
So, a couple questions there. How big is this pouch, and how much of your things are valuable enough? So it's
Oh,
like,
let's see. I have 6 rings on, 2 armbands, 2 horn bands, a belly button ring, my necklace with 3 charms on it, and a large belt buckle, all of which I don't want to lose. And I put my quill in there too.
That's
How
straight
big
up
is this pouch?
that was what I was trying to
It's
gauge. Like,
mostly
Enough.
jewelry, so
It's a
not
burlap
that
sack with a
big.
dollar sign on it. It's
Yeah, but like I'm picturing your quill being like the same size as your picture, and like that's like a whole thigh
down.
length.
Elodius is packing. Is what he's trying to say.
Okay.
Actually, I think I have a case in my inventory for my quill.
Just making it more cumbersome.
In a box, in a pouch.
No,
Yeah.
the case is just gonna go in my backpack at the bottom of my bedroll. No one's taking my stuff.
Okay.
Should somebody stay awake to keep watch?
Yeah, maybe somebody who doesn't need to replenish spell slots.
I mean, we could take like turns.
think all of us
have
do.
rest.
I don't really need to replenish anything except for a couple hit points, but I also can't see in the dark.
Same.
Right. Maybe not the best person to keep watch at night.
I recall not that many of us can see in the dark.
Salazar will
see
be
in the
awake
dark.
again in like 4 hours, so you can always just
I
take
can do it.
shifts.
I mean, I don't need my spell slots that much.
I want to look at Kadaj and say, what was that thing you did in the basement to alert you of intruders?
So the ability to do that follows the same vein of things that I think Zephyrin referred to as being out of spells. So, unfortunately, as much as I would like to, I'm not in a position where I can right now.
Ineffective.
Correct.
Well, I can take the first watch while the sun still burns.
Okay, I guess I'll take the second.
Yeah, how many of us have to keep watch, Dylan? How do your nights work? Is it
So-
nighttime? What time of day is it?
So it's pre-evening, I suppose. So yeah, it's like
Is that a Canadian thing? Like, what is that?
Is that not afternoon? Like,
I don't know what is 5 o'clock. Is that the nighttime? Like,
I'd say that's evening.
sure.
Evening-ish.
It's before the evening, so
Are we
I guess
thinking a
you
long
could
rest?
say it's pre.
Yeah, dog long rest for sure.
Are you telling me it's
Okay.
5 o'clock right now?
Yeah, you guys have had a rough day though. So
5 o'clock was such an easy thing to say.
I don't know. Like she's
You're
been
like,
saying.
it's evening.
I don't know. I got nothing.
All
Got
right,
nothing.
well-
So
Alright.
all right. So yeah. So how many of you need to stay and watch? If you guys are getting a long rest, that'll be 8 hours.
And I think it's
Yeah.
2-hour
It's 2
shifts.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least 4 of us.
So yeah, it works out almost perfectly, I think.
One of us doesn't need to take a watch.
Right.
So that's up to you guys to decide.
I
Yes,
can't
so-
see in the dark, so I would like to vote for myself to not have to take a watch.
Yeah, I think we established most of us can't see in the dark.
Ah, well,
Okay,
fingers worth a
Okay,
shot.
so- I'm thinking I should probably take the watch later on because I can see the dark, and it's not quite dark enough yet.
Oh yeah, true. It's only like 5 o'clock, so that doesn't even make.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So,
definitely
doesn't even make
those
daylight
anything.
of you
still.
who
True.
can't see in the dark, you guys take the first shifts, and I'll take a later shift where I can see in the dark.
Works for
Sure.
me.
Yeah,
That
Zephyrin
we
can
can
see in
also
the
see.
dark too.
Okay.
So we'll go Sal, I guess Kadaj, Elodius.
Oh, we
Zephyrin
only
and
need
me.
4, so we can
Oh,
just,
then,
just go
okay.
Sal, Kadaj, Rob, Zephyrin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lodius
Sure.
needs his beauty sleep.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
He's mostly, it's interesting that he's mostly concerned about his stuff. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll stay asleep the whole time. It's fine.
I need to make sure one of you is awake at all times. I, of course, will be asleep.
Okay, I can back that.
And I'll make sure my back is against that tree trunk or door.
Door.
Just
It
in
opens
case.
again.
Ah!
I'm not good with doors. It goes
God.
that way.
Does it open into the tree or out of the tree?
Out of the tree.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay, so we can definitely, like, if somebody's
It's a
laying
pull door.
on it.
Thank you. It's a pull door. Brilliant. I can explain things to humans now. Sick. Okay, what was your question?
So if somebody's sitting against it, it'll be harder for them to push it open.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. All right, cool. I take watch.
do that. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, first watch is generally uneventful. You're watching the sun go down while your friends are just kind of dozing off into dreamland. It's generally quiet surrounding you. You hear like the rustling of branches and birds and the like, but you don't see anything overly concerning.
So now, really quick, now that it's like the first time that I've had like a moment to myself after changing, I do want to try to like I know that I like feel different, but I want to see if I can like delve deeper into my own head to see if there's like a reason why, see if I can like if there's something else going on with me, if there's like any sort of like if this was Thalen's heart, like the heart of Thalen, I want to see if there's like a way to like think about a conversation and see if there's like an answer. Like I just want to like a moment of like inner
Introspection.
yeah.
So just kind of thinking about everything. You're feeling different. You feel a bit more. What's the word I want to use? You feel like you are more capable more than anything. You feel like how you think you would feel after like a good meal or a full rest, but just without any of those taking course. What is it exactly you're trying to find? Like, what are you trying to pinpoint? Like, are you trying to figure out what the magic means?
Yeah, I'm basically trying to figure out like what happened to me. Like I'm trying to see like where it feels different and why. And knowing now that he said it's the heart of Thalen, I want to be like almost sit there and like for a second let my confidence falter and be like, Thalen, like, can you hear me? Or like somebody and like I have 2 hours to do all this, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
like
so-
during that time I'm trying to like figure out what the hell is happening.
So as it's still quite new and you've kind of been through a lot, your mind's kind of racing with all the possibilities of what could have happened, though you can't directly pinpoint any like other voice or anything at this point. You do feel though as though this didn't change you. You've come to terms that it unlocked something that was already within you. Is that good enough answer?
Yeah.
Cool.
I wasn't
wanna
like,
make sure
I wasn't looking for like an answer from you. I wanted to like kind of just take that moment because it's changed me. Like I definitely like.
I just don't know if I answered your question.
No, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
then like much to Zephyr's concern as last time, like I do now look like one of the creatures from like the abyss, like the things that we were worried about. So like he's sort of like reflecting on that as well. Like yeah, I do feel more confident, but like it's changed me into essentially the thing that I feared the most.
Yeah. So I'd say that you've not come to terms with it, but like you feel more at peace with it than you did before. Like I said, like you just feel like this unlocked something. It didn't change you. It had awoken you.
Right.
You know?
So needless to say, Salazar's watch is a little distracted.
Yeah. But other than that, other than the why are we here's and all that jazz, there's nothing overly eventful that happens on your watch.
Okay. So then I want to go to who was next, Kadaj.
Yeah, before it gets dark.
And now like kind of like a little bit of ashamed of how I look. Like I want to like kind of like cautiously awake him and then turn my head away, and then be like, "It's your turn."
Good.
All right, so he awakes you. You promptly, suppose, get ready for bed at this point. You fall asleep. All right, so the sun is set. It's getting dark. Your vision is much more obstructed than before. You're sitting amongst your group. As they fall into deeper sleep, you kind of hear like snoring, rustling in their sleep. Again, the same sounds of the forest, but nothing overly alarming.
Cool.
Is there anything you want to do on your watch?
No, just trying to not like zone out, but try to like focus it, like, you know, aside like the noises in the immediate surroundings of like rustling and like slumber, trying to focus in on anything that could be alarming as far as like footsteps or just like weird noises, just to pay attention and be aware.
Would you want to roll perception? See what you can kind of make out. So this is going based off of your hearing. As I said, your sight is obstructed currently.
Did that. Roll a 7. Good.
7.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, no, as far as you're concerned, like nothing else. 2 hours go by and you're just like, that was uneventful. Time to go back to sleep.
Cool. So next up is Zephyrin, I think.
Sure.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so go. Shake her up a little bit. Be like, you're up. And then I go to bed.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right. So 4 hours have passed, so it's 9 o'clock. It's night now, regular evening. You do have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, again, sounds of the forest and the like. You're far enough into the forest that you can't necessarily hear any sounds that you could directly distinguish are from the town. Everything you hear is just from like the crash of the waves at the ocean next to you. You hear the rustling of the trees, the birds, and all that. Do you want to roll perception?
I do want to roll perception.
Cool.
That is the 12.
A 12. So the first hour passes and nothing noteworthy happens. But later into the night, you hear a creak, followed by a couple branches shifting and rustling of leaves.
I think Zephyrin will kind of try and look towards that direction and see if she can spot anybody, maybe inch a little bit closer, but quietly.
So as you get up, you start heading further. So if you were heading north into the forest, south would now be towards the town. You would be heading facing the wrong way, to the west, further into the forest.
Okay. She wouldn't want to go very far from
Okay.
camp, but...
So you hear a more discernible sound. It sounds like footsteps crunching on like twigs and leaves. Somebody's not trying to be quiet necessarily. Like nobody's
trying to be quiet. Interesting. Okay, then I think she'll take out her hammer just as a precaution. How far away do they sound from the camp?
from where you guys are sleeping.
Yeah.
Hard to distinguish an exact distance per se, but close enough that you think that the person could be within like shouting distance, would definitely be able to hear you. If you were to talk, it would sound like murmurs in a distance.
Okay. She'll get a little bit closer so that she can talk at like regular talking volume, because her yelling is not ideal, and also I think I can't do it. She'll go, "Hello, who's out there?"
You just hear like all of the sounds you heard of the stuff, like the footsteps and everything just halt for a second, and you just hear a voice go, "Hello."
Hello?
Oh gosh. Hi.
Who are you?
That's a pretty broad question, strange forest creature. I don't have any money and I don't have much time, so I don't mean anybody any harm.
I don't want your money. Maybe your time, I'm not sure. Why are you here?
I'm just looking for food. I don't have much time. I gotta go. And you just hear him like kind of like run off in the distance.
Okay, seems like... Wait, no, hang on. Did he seem to...
Fine. Everything's fine.
Wait, did it sound like genuine, like he was just looking for food? Like, we're in a forest. Somebody could very well be hunting. Not that Zephyr really knows what that is, but in a forest.
Yeah, I mean, like, for sure. Like, did you think it sounded trustworthy? Do you want to roll insight? Our favorite roll?
Let's roll insight. That's our favorite.
Yeah,
okay.
just... We finally did combat. That was kind of neat. Insight 24.
It's 24. Yeah.
You're just like, that man was hungry. Like, you believe that he had some sense of urgency.
Okay.
I've been getting bad rolls nonstop, and this is your second 24 of this goddamn.
Really suspicious,
Same.
Serena.
I've been rolling like hot
clicking
garbage.
buttons.
Interesting. Algorithms can be manipulated. What's going on?
Hacks.
It's cute that you think I'm that smart.
Someone seduced roll 20, and it wasn't the bard this time.
No, it's the cleric, who is also apparently a rogue and a tracker.
She's really like outperforming you guys.
He's just really good at this.
All right, so.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think Zephyrin would really think it's all that strange. I know Dylan really wants me to go follow this character.
I don't care. I don't care either way. You can leave it, take it or leave it.
How far into her watch is this?
It was about an hour, so you're
About
halfway.
an hour? Okay, I think she's gonna go back to watch, wake up Rob, be like, hey, it's your turn, but there's somebody out there.
As soon as she like wakes up,
I was supposed to watch, not
like,
not report.
Rob will like kind of like wake up, like panics, and like kind of like a cold sweat, and his hand will be on his sword, like obviously waking up from like a really.
Can you
bad
refocus really quick? Can you put your hand up or something?
Just like wiggle around a little. Hey, it worked.
It worked.
It did. She was like a Soul Calibur character loading.
Yeah, that was literally like camera's just like dance, monkey, dance. Yeah, but he will like wake up in like a cold sweat and like kind of like panic, and his hand will be on his sword, and then like kind of like look around, realize where he is, and then like kind of calm down for a second, and he'll like kind of nod quietly, like, yeah, I'll check it out, I guess. You take my spot, so that way in case someone opens.
Really quick. So, did you wake him up after the 1 hour had passed and be like, hey, by the way, it's your turn?
No.
So you waited the hour?
No, I didn't wake the hour. She just was like, yeah, we're an hour in. No, that's enough time.
Watches don't exist. Who knows what time
Your
is?
problem.
Yeah.
That sounds
It's a
difficult.
you issue now.
I guess I'll deal with it.
Yeah, but you have no way of telling.
It's not like we have watches.
Yeah,
No clue.
this sun's already down. How do you tell time? So.
Yeah, I'll take my watch.
How do you
I'll
tell
kinda-
time underwater anyways? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
comparatively.
I'll like walk around, take my little perimeter, maybe keep it on extra.
You don't ask where it is? Okay, cool. So you
Oh no, nope. I
Okay.
She
forgot.
was like, someone's out there.
Yeah,
someone is in this forest in an indiscriminate direction. I'm gonna bet.
like midway
Good night.
through, it's like man, this is really weird. It's like longer than I thought it was.
I really want you to be a mother one day, Serena. Just like, by the way, Timmy, monsters are real. Good night.
Like, no, I just get to be the fun aunt that tells her nieces and nephews that.
Yeah. So. Anyways, Rob, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna like walk around like the perimeter, like keep an extra eye out, like be on the alert. Really be
Yeah,
ready.
You're honing in on random people
Yeah.
existing in your vicinity.
Like a leaf falls, like ah.
Bang.
Yeah. Be extra careful.
Okay. So you're just walking the perimeter?
Yeah, like kind of circling around just in case, but not being too far. Should I roll a perception?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll do that. Here I go.
If,
No, why?
Yeah! Oh yeah! Oh,
Again!
What?
Woo!
That's your third.
No, it's my
Where's
second
that
one
one?
today. It's my second one today.
The other one was
Fifth billionth. Like 5th billionth in general. I love that. I love how Serena rolls 20s. I just roll ones.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Balance,
got you.
that's all.
balance, as all things should be. So yeah, you're just like, I don't know what she was talking about. This all seems fine.
Yeah. Oh, a squirrel.
If you catch on to the fact that your watch is running long, you could probably wake up a load.
Yeah, right.
If this works again, I'm gonna fucking
No.
what?
Did you just roll another perception?
No.
No, he had to dance again because his camera went out of
Dance.
focus.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I was like saying if it worked again, and it did. It's like
Blurry
cameras-
Dancing Eddie is just something that's white noise to me now. I just accept it without
Yeah.
questioning it.
I'm just so excited about my nat one.
I thought it was a nat one dance. I didn't question it.
It's both of those things.
I mean, now it
honestly.
is.
It's
Yeah.
both. And it was what it was to begin with, and then I realized it was. I had to fix the camera, so I just kept it going.
Respect. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, we'll let that perception rule ride, and you'll just kind of be like, man, 2 hours is longer than I thought it was.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, man, this is weird. This taking a
Yeah.
long time.
And then other than that, you don't really see anything overly concerning. You see nothing at all,
Great.
really.
Yeah. Good. And I'll, as soon as my watch is over, I'll wake everybody else up.
Yeah. So 8 hours from 5 o'clock. It's pitch black at this
It's
point.
very
Yeah,
early in
it's
the
really
morning.
nighttime still.
Going- if he does that to me, I'll probably roll over, see it's still dark, and be like, nah.
Absolutely
I
not.
100% do the same
Immediately
thing.
back to sleep.
Yeah.
What?
Isn't it only like 1 in the morning?
It's,
Yeah.
I
So
think it's
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 a.m.
Takes last watch. Kit proceeds to have to stay up an extra 8 hours to watch.
No one's
Somebody has
saying
to.
you can't sleep either.
I'll get up and I'll say, it's still late and I'm not going to be much of use, but I will watch for you, Rob.
Thank you. I'm really tired. My watch felt really long for some reason. I don't know what happened.
I don't either. It's still dark.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks.
This is
Watch. I can already see how this is gonna go. I'll go back to sleep, and I guess I'll go try to get as close to my spot as possible without trying to disturb Zephyr.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. she's
Realizing-
still on my spot, that's okay.
So as like Sal gets like watch ready, he realizes that he's still very, very tired and you know, still needs another hour to get that full rest in. So I think he actually just starts to doze off.
I knew it. I knew it.
I don't think he does it intentionally. Like he's not like being a dick about it. Like he doesn't go and hide somewhere to go to sleep. I think he just sort of like goes and finds like a tree like that's like a felled tree and like sits down and just starts to like doze off.
Fair enough.
All right. So everybody's asleep at this point.
I was
Everyone
actually going to
dies.
say that Elodius was probably not going to go back to sleep after being woken up, and it's just like, it's a full night's sleep. I mean, Salazar saying he's on watch. I'll just continue writing, and he's just like sitting there trying to look at a page in the dark.
Oh, God.
Like hides around the corner from a tree and casts light on his quill.
Okay.
So
allow it.
Elodius is staying awake though?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I thought we
So-
were in for it, guys.
Got his spell slots back.
Yeah, I thought we were all
Do I
dead.
have light? Oh no, I don't have light. I was looking at the wrong thing. Never mind, I don't cast light. I don't have anything that produces light.
So
You
Uh,
use the shine from Rob's sword.
I do
You angle it
have a
just right with the
lantern. I
moon.
could just-
So, Elodius is sitting there trying his best to write by moonlight when everybody else around you is asleep. You're getting more and more frustrated at the fact that you can't see the parchment in front of you. You can't really distinguish the characters when all of a sudden an orange light starts to glow in the distance. You're like, that's much better. When you look up to notice what looks like 3 torchlights coming towards you. I'm gonna end it there, I think.
With 3 torchlights?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. So,
The
Kurt,
bard with
what-
no weapons or armor is the only one awake when 3 people are approaching.
at least
Leave
3
off
people
there.
are approaching.
All right.
So-
So, two important questions, quick. Before,
Real quick.
since we're wrapping up. 2 important questions. First question is, do we get our full rest or do we still have that hour? We gotta wait. Because
Oh no, time has passed. You guys have gotten a full rest at this point.
Okay.
Tight.
Do we level up?
That's my second question. Do we level up?
Let's take a look back at what you guys had accomplished this
We
session.
fought
Uh,
one guy.
And we
Rob
saved
threw
people
a
from a fire.
body out of a burning building.
And we
You-
saved people from a fire.
We did. We fighted.
Here, so you engaged in your first real combat that ended with Elodius intimidating the information out of what is your current big bad, or at least so you assume.
Captive. You know.
Salazar, Zephyrin, and Rob rescued people from a burning building, while Kadaj retrieved a person to gain more information for you guys. So I'll say, yeah, everybody did real good this session. It's a lot of work was done, a lot of insight checks, a lot of perception. We perceived the
Lot.
shit out of that session, guys.
A lot of nat ones.
Well, some of us more than others.
We got a real insight at not only ourselves but as our group, and a lot of insight towards Kadaj's presumed alignment. Just why don't we just kill them? Why don't we leave them in the forest? Why don't we just so?
Just saying, like, none of us are huge fans of info, but so it's like, hey, if we want to let him wander off into the
First
forest,
off,
that's
speak
fine.
for yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same
Huge
thing. Speak for
fan.
yourself, man. Huge
Also,
fan.
super stoked on deep voiced info that showed up. I want to know more about him.
Deep voice info.
It's his older brother or something. That's
Was
that
voices
one
too
is
similar?
Skinfo.
I didn't think it was that
That
simple.
one is Skinfo.
Yeah, that guy. He's just some guy in the forest. Maybe he'll return. Maybe he won't. I'll railroad him in somewhere. So yeah. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. Thank you guys for playing. Another huge shout out to Session Zero, the Initiative Order, and Band of Badgers. Real quick, you do get 10% off your whole order for using Crisis, all caps, for any orders for Session Zero. They're always looking for more artists to collaborate with. You could collaborate with Session Zero, get your artwork on a t-shirt, which would be super rad. Band of Badgers stream every Thursday at 4 o'clock Pacific, I think it is. No, it's 1 o'clock Pacific. I gotta double check the times. Ryan, do you know what time Band of Badgers stream?
I don't, but I do know that they have started to do more streams, and I think they are doing more throughout the week. I know that they do the Thursdays and the Fridays for sure.
Yeah.
And then I think it's Mondays they've started the Great British Paint Off, which is a miniature painting contest that they've been doing. That's every other Monday, I believe.
That's awesome.
But I truthfully can't remember the rest of the schedule. But definitely go check them out because they are awesome. They were in chat. They're a lot of fun. They've helped me out. I totally support them in everything they do.
Yeah, and you can always find them and find more information on when they're streaming on YouTube and on Instagram. I believe they're just @ Band of Badgers, depending on the platform.
I think Twitter's Badgers RPG. There's a
cool.
different Band of Badgers. It's weird. It's not weird. Sorry if you were listening, but
well, I mean, Kyle also the alias is usually Badger, and they're playing
a lot of things.
Yeah, so Badger's a popular thing. Maybe, I don't know. And lastly, the Initiative Order, a great community. You can check them out on Discord. They host games. They're just an incredibly active community. They're constantly posting all sorts of good information and just general awesomeness in their Discord channel, which we will post in the description below as well.
I just did in the chat.
And the chat as well. Thanks, Ryan. And yeah, thank you guys so much for checking it out. We're going to be streaming again 2 Sundays from now. So whatever day that ends up being, Ryan, do you know what that is?
Hey, that's what calendars are for.
Calendar? I barely know her. Thank you for that.
There it is.
March
7th.
Oh, thanks, Ryan, for that new information.
I actually think Kyle just said it.
Nope. Yeah. Thank you guys for checking it out. We'll be streaming again March 7th. Remember to check out everybody else's platforms. So you guys want to say a quick hello to yourselves? I know Zephyrin and Salazar have some other cool stuff that they do.
You pick.
Okay. You? Like what? Pick one.
All right. Hello. I am Ryan. I was Salazar, previously known as Sal Monfilet. You can find me as the owner of Session Zero, a D&D inspired clothing company. You can go and follow me on Instagram at Session Zero Clothing and Twitter at S0 the number clothing, because Session Zero didn't work for me. Other than that, I'm here every other Sunday with these guys, and you can check out my previous streams on Band of Badgers on YouTube. I believe. That's it. Bye. That's me. Hello. Bye.
Hey, Sarita, do you want to say something with better words?
That was amazing. Yeah, I'm Serena. I play Zephyrin. I also go by Dungeon_Dame here on the internet. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter under that handle. And Friday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, you can find me over on Stella Luna's Twitch channel playing a Greek god kind of inspired D&D game. So that one's super fun.
Other than that, I guess, yeah, Kyle and I are in a group called Cantina 13. So we're just Cantina XIII on everything. We just kind of play games, paint miniatures, and stuff like that. So just posting consistent tabletop gaming content. Kyle writes up a lot of our like homebrew stuff. They do all of our weapons, analytics, and all that jazz. A lot of cool stuff there. Kadaj and Rob just do this, but they're awesome guys to work with sometimes too, I guess. Other than that, thank you guys so much for checking it out. Thank you guys for playing. I'm stoked to play again in a couple weeks here, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Bye.
All right, we'll see y'all soon.